Niners! And you knew I'd be delighted today too, didn't you? You know, I'm a Jimmy dude, man. Actually, I kind of see this coming. There's really a lot of reasons why I see that coming, but we'll talk about it. It's the after draft of the 2021 season, and now that the dust has settled down, the CEO Jed York has, for reasons not fully known, decided to publicly announce that he is fine with Trey Lance learning the quarterback position at a comfortable speed behind current starter Jimmy Garoppolo. I don't understand. I still don't understand why they decided to make that statement and go public with it. They could have talked about that around the office, but yeah, Jed just come right out in public with it. So we'll be taking your calls tonight for your thoughts of Jed York's announcement of being fine with Trey Lance sitting and learning for up to 2 years behind Jimmy G. I'm delighted. Hey. On another note, Richard Sherman ecstatic about idea of returning to 49ers. Sherman told Max Kellerman and Molly Kareem Rose on ESPN's First Take, quote, "There's always a chance it could end up working back in the Bay, and I head back that way." Sherman Ryman. That's the place I'm really comfortable going. Obviously, I know the staff, know the team well, just spent time there and would be ecstatic if something happened there. John calling about me. You know what? Sure. And of course, Twitter, you know the Twitter idiots. There you go, Ronbo, man. He's 33 years old, man. Hey, listen, let's not be stupid. Sherman brings more to the game than just his play. Sherman does something to that defense that would be excellent. You know what? Something else, too. Every cornerback in the league can't whoop Sherm. A couple can here and there. But, for the most part, Sherm's going to beat most of them out, even now, probably. Here's the thing about Sherm. I just like how he gets that defense. That leadership, that aura he brings to the locker room, that can't be emulated. That cannot be even imitated. I do expect big things with the 49ers this year. I expect a minimum of 12 wins. Only because of what they've did to the offense. The defense is going to be fine. But now I got two decent, polished receivers out there. I got a run game from hell. I got an offensive line that includes Alex Mack. If Jimmy G's healthy, look the hell out. I know it. So you see, this is why I got no problem with the not bringing the rookie along too quickly. We're talking about a kid that just came out. What's the name of his conference? Anyway, North Dakota State. Sat down for a year, hasn't got a lot of experience. A lot of people think he's just going to walk right in, grasp Shanahan's offense at the NFL speed and go to work. That's fantasy. I understand he's talented, but I just don't. Wow. No, I don't see that happening at all. So I'm kind of glad that Jed went in and said, look, all right, Shanahan probably explained to him, listen, he's got a lot of talent. He's got a bright future here, but I don't see it being developed for a little bit. All right, so Jed, if it's okay, and Jed comes out, hey, a lot of the greatest quarterbacks in the league, Rodgers, who's pissed off right now, had to sit and wait a minute. So, I know it's 2000, it's not the 80s, yeah, right. The Niners gave up a bunch of draft capital to move up into that number 3 overall slot to take Trey Lance, of course. We're down as a team is comfortable if the rookie doesn't see the field for 1 season or even 2 if incumbent starter Jimmy Garoppolo is successful. 49ers CEO Jed York told NBC Sports, quote, "We've talked about this internally. If we're in a situation where Jimmy goes out and takes us to a Super Bowl again and has an MVP caliber season and does it again, there are worse dilemmas to be in." Jed, are you trying to be funny? That was amusing. And Jimmy certainly has the ability to do that, knowing it's the most important position in sports. And it's great to have a guy that you do believe in and has gotten you to a Super Bowl. So you don't have to put the weight of the world on a rookie, whoever it was, we were going to choose. And now that we know Trey is here, you don't have to put the weight of the world on that kid's shoulders, and he can grow into that position, unquote. Meanwhile, 49ers QB Jimmy Garoppolo says he'll help number 3 overall pick Trey Lance. JG, now 29, has been a 49ers starter since the start of the 2017 season. When the franchise acquired him in a trade with the Pats, as you already know. And while JG has performed brilliantly, at times he has battled several injuries, including high ankle sprains that kept him out of 10 games last season. He helped lead the Niners to Super Bowl 54. I use the term helped. That's a key word here. Jimmy, you didn't have nothing to do with it. It was all about the defense and the run game and Kyle Shanahan scheming things up. Listen, I want to say one thing about that because I'm sick of that one. Listen, if that's true, then why in hell can't anybody else do that? See, that's what I'm saying. Jimmy gets, I've never seen a quarterback, Sherman even said it today in his game, I've never seen a dude get so much disrespect for it. It's interesting to see. I think that's going to get erased and changed this year. That 2019 season was a lone one. JG has been the starter for all 16 games of a regular season. That is irritating. I agree with that. York seemed to clearly indicate, though, that even if the Niners opt to keep JG for the next 2 seasons, and this will make the haters happy, he likely will not have his contract renewed once it expires before the 2022 season. So you can get happy about that. Meanwhile, let's go back to the Super Bowl. As long as we stay healthy, there ain't no way to stop the 49ers. York said of the money the team would save from the Garoppolo contract, quote, and even if Lance doesn't play for 2 years, we will have an extra $100 million to put back into our team on top of whatever we would have for free agency for the next 5 years. It's really an investment in the team of how do you want to build this thing, unquote. T. Lance, who will turn 21 only this Sunday, is physically gifted with height, size, speed, and arm strength to play the position in the NFL, but is fairly raw, is an understatement, and attempted only 318 passes in his career at North Dakota State. To come up with a comparison, York pointed to current Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers, who sat the first 3 seasons of his career after Green Bay selected him in the first round. Because remember, Brett Favre kept saying, I think I'm going to retire. No, I'm back. I think I'll retire. Wait, I'm back. If I was Rodgers, I would have been pissed. Brett Favre, that was funny. York went on to say, quote, if he doesn't play until he's 23, but he's got a 15-plus year career. There were rumors about a guy, and obviously Kyle talked about trading for Aaron. How long did Aaron sit? 2 or 3 years before he played. And again, I want to make sure that we do everything we can to make sure that position is the best it can possibly be in the NFL. Unquote. Not a fan. Are you okay with this possibility that didn't even wait to be brought into focus? I actually thought this would wait until at least the season started, after we got through preseason, after we at least got a look at what Trey has to offer and where he may be weak and where he may need to be strengthened. They're not even going to wait for that. They come out and tell everybody now, which I'm kind of surprised. But fam, what are your feelings on this thought? I know, right? Ronbo, but this picture day, Don't get mad, fam. All you need to be worried about is winning games, okay? We'll be fine. I'm gonna probably do this all program long. I can't stop laughing. I feel like there's a party going inside from my stomach all up and back. And I know my girl Brittany.
Been a while, Ronbo. Been a while.
But and I'm glad you got in here today. Today is a day that you and I can both enjoy. I didn't see this coming, Brittany. I did not know a couple of weeks after. Is it a couple of weeks or is it 1 week? At 1 week after the draft, Jed York comes out of nowhere. No, I've got no problem. If it takes a couple of years for him to pick it up, that's fine. Brittany, I was shocked. What? Jed? So, Brittany, what are your feelings on this? Oh, God.
I look at it as both ways. I would say it's like this. I would say yes, that you can be comfortable with Trey learning the book for 2 or 3 seasons
Oh,
because it will give you time. And like you said, if Jimmy takes us to a Super Bowl this year, he can do it again next year, and then
yes.
next year, and then we'll already be in a good spot where nobody can probably catch up to us.
I know,
So it's like,
Oh,
okay,
don't let the 49ers fly out and have the most Super Bowl
right,
wins of all time. 7. Tom Brady individually can say, "No, I've got 7 rings. You guys haven't beat me. You beat the
right,
Patriots."
right.
Oh
But
God.
I just made me think back to what I saw last year with another team, Miami, of what they did. They threw Tua in the middle of the season instead of giving him like 1 full year to fully learn the
Mm-hmm.
offense. They just threw him in whenever they felt the time was right.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want that risk to happen to Trey. Trey is amazing. He got the height, he got the weight, he got the arm, he got everything. I don't
Mm.
want that risk for him not knowing the full offense and being thrown in for one game or something like that to see what he's made of. If
Mm.
we like preseason, I definitely want to see what he has because I'm
Mm.
excited. I'm
All right.
excited.
Yeah, he's
But yeah, at the same time, during the regular season, I don't want to take that risk. We already
yeah.
know Jimmy can win, and he
Mm.
can do it again. He can do it
Mm.
again. Don't
Mm.
risk it.
Mm-hmm. Because you can stunt the growth of a rookie, bringing him out there. We're talking about North Dakota State. What's going on in that
Right.
conference is nothing to compare to what's going on in NFL. Number one, and number two, if you didn't even put in a couple of years, what Trey left is what a sophomore. So
I think, yeah.
yeah. So he's got less than 500 passes under his belt. So
Mhm.
he needs some work.
Mhm.
And raw talent, we know he's going to be a beast, but we've seen so many quarterbacks get destroyed going to bad teams and being thrown out into the fire and being baptized by an evil fire right off the top, and they were ruined for the rest of
Right.
their careers. So I
Right.
say, if we can bring him along, and by the way, Brittany, he'll be attacked by one of the best defenses in the NFL on a daily basis in camp. So you know what? If he can
Yes.
whip our guys, he can whip anybody. So
Anybody.
about yeah. So that's why I say worried about he needs reps out of the league. No, he'll get better training in 49ers football camp than he will on some teams we're going to play this year. So I'm looking
Right.
forward to this. Yeah.
And like the media just wanting to start TV drama within the 49ers. I don't see that. The big thing that most people have spoke about, which is true that other coaches have not done to other QBs, was John and Kyle told Jimmy. You didn't see LaFleur do that with Rodgers. You didn't see none of that. They told. Others did not. But now the media just wants to start drama saying,
Oh
oh, Trey has to be the week 1 starter.
yeah,
Don't risk it.
yeah.
You risk it, it's going to detriment the whole season.
Hmm. And you're right. The culture that's going on in San Francisco is special. Rodgers is
Yes,
livid. And why didn't they communicate with him? You guys disrespected Rodgers like I've never seen a Hall of Fame quarterback. And you guys are
I
tiptoeing
agree.
around him and disrespecting him. He's not playing there this year. He's already said
Right.
too much. He can't really play there.
Hmm.
And they're talking about saying, that's all right. We got Jordan Love, and we're fine with that. We drafted to get him, and he's going to play. Okay, go ahead, y'all. Y'all get a butt whooping this year. Serious butt whooping. It's going to be funny.
Good luck with that because they play us.
Do we
Good
play
luck
the
with that.
Packers
They play
again?
us. But
Oh, my God.
we play the Packers again. We play the NFC North this season. NFC North we played this season.
I love
But
playing the
still,
Packers.
I don't either, but I wouldn't risk Trey, especially in our division, knowing how tough and competitive it is.
Mm.
I wouldn't risk throwing him in there just yet
Mm-hmm.
because he'll go up against even tougher defenses. Not really.
Yeah. Especially a couple of teams. The Cardinals,
Yeah.
that defense is pretty
Mhm.
good. And of course, the Hawks always somehow come up with stuff to really cause a lot of headache. So, you know what? It's true. You got to be careful in the NFC West. It's going to be competitive. It always
Right.
is. So,
Mhm.
we're ready.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Brittany, I'm going to go, and I can't wait to see you Friday. Let's go back. Let's talk Friday.
Okay. We'll
All right.
definitely talk Friday.
All right, Brittany. Have a
All
great
right.
night.
Good night,
See you on
Ronbo.
Twitter. Night.
You too.
Oh, God. And Jamie.
Yeah, Ronbo.
Jamie, man, you seen how I came and chimed in on your tweet, man. See, this is the thing. I'm just hoping Travis Benjamin still has some 4.3 speed in him. That's the only speed
Yeah.
I think we got. You're right. So, but we're gonna run the
That's
hell
the
out of
one
the
thing we
ball.
don't have.
Yeah, we're gonna run the hell out of the ball anyway and bust things up. So, Kyle must have a plan. Because if I were to ask Kyle on the phone, Kyle, why didn't we get a speedster? I've got things all worked out. Not to worry about that. I need to hear him say that though.
Yeah.
Jesus,
Yeah, we haven't heard him say anything.
I know.
He brought in some other weird receiver I'd never heard of, like signed him free agent guy, and I'm like, this guy ain't gonna make the team. Who is this guy? And I play fantasy football and I never heard of the guy.
They do this every year. Names you never heard of.
Oh.
Hey, listen. Do you know anything about Watkins' brother? Is he fast?
No, I think he's 4'5" or something.
Oh,
but
no, that's
he's
average.
kind of like he's 6'3" or something like that. He's a little tall, but
I know.
I
But I
mean,
need for him to run fast. I don't need him to be
he doesn't
tall.
he doesn't
Okay.
seem special to me. Like Sanu can do what he does, I would think.
Yeah, Sanu's 6'2", something like that too.
Yeah, and he's a little faster. I think he's pretty quick, but he's getting old.
Yeah.
I like the fact that all of our fans are now saying that Sherman is done. He can't play at all.
I know.
He's no good. Like you can't put him out there. He's gonna get burned no matter what. No, it depends on the matchup. Come on now.
Yeah,
It's
and some
Sherman.
people, everybody in the NFL cannot burn Sherm. Okay, there's some
No.
guys. Okay, there's some really quick guys, but
And
98% can't do that to Sherm.
No, you can sub out for matchups and whatnot. Don't give me that. Sherman would be a good signing if we can get him on a team-friendly deal.
Mm-hmm. For a number of reasons.
And that's what
not just his play on the
that's what
field.
it sounded like he's going to have to do because he's got no callers. I mean, he was talking like he's going to go in mid-season somewhere, and that ain't good. He's going to blow something out.
Well, he did say
He's
he
going
knew
to pop a
that.
tire.
But he did say he knew after the draft that his chances were slowing down and slimming out. But Sherm's asking for too much money too. That's why most GMs aren't interested. Sherm's got to bring his price down.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And we don't want him going to Seattle. He knows too much. I don't want him on the other side of the ball.
Ooh.
He's one of the smartest guys on the team, dude, and he's been with us for what, 3 years now, something like that.
Yeah.
He knows too
You know
much.
what,
I
though?
don't want him over there.
Yeah, I think Sherm's still a little bitter about Seattle. I don't know that he'd go back there. I bet he would.
He's been talking to him.
Yeah, he did. But he's probably went over there. You know how Sherm is. He probably went over there for him to apologize. Sherm, we realized we made a mistake several years ago. And you're still family. We'd
Make
like
you
to
feel
bring you
better.
back here. Your uniform is still hanging in there.
Yeah. Make himself feel better and then ask for a bunch of money.
Yeah. Hey, because they lost their best cornerback over in Seattle. So you're right. Sherm could be in play. They're trying to get him. It's just a matter of does he want to go
worried
back
about it.
there? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like that I couldn't burn him or nothing, but I just don't want him. I don't want him on the other side of the field.
I know.
Yeah.
I don't know. You're right,
Hey,
though. He's not going to play good man coverage. We'll see. That defensive front we got coming back this year, though, it might make it easier for Sherm.
That's what I'm saying. If there's matchups to where you don't see a burner on the other side, I mean, you could run him out there and get a pick or two. He's still good.
Mm-hmm.
I seen solid. I seen a picture. Like I'm worried about that little quarterback they got up there in New York. So I'm watching some information on the quarterback and this and that, and I seen Saleh in the background. And you know how when you're nervous, you kind of like rock back and forth.
Yeah.
Like he was behind. I don't know who they were interviewing, but he was like standing behind him, looking all nervous, rocking back and forth. I'm like, oh no.
Bobby, you still got it. You can come back to San Francisco. Macy won't mind.
Yeah, you're the man. Stand up straight. Put your shoulders back. Come on.
Because like Shanahan, he didn't have a lot to say as to the personnel. I wonder if he was on board with Zach or not.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he's going to get creamed up there in New York. I'm worried about that kid. They had like the second most sacks of everybody all year last year.
And if it's true what they say about him getting rattled when he gets beat up a little bit,
Yeah,
uh-oh.
yeah, they were showing replays of the times he was getting sacked and he couldn't get away from the lineman. Like he might be fast on a 40 time, but or slightly fast or whatever, and he might get outside the pocket good. But when they're bearing down on him, it's hard for him to get away.
Hmm. You know, he's not
Like
that fast.
he's not shedding tackles like Trey does. You know.
I know. I thought he was fast. I went and checked his 40 time. I think he comes in around a near 4.6, 4.5. He's not slow, but he's not all that fast. So yeah, he can get caught.
Yeah,
So
yeah. And he goes down pretty easy. So
well,
I'm
yeah,
thinking
he
that kid's
better.
going to spend more time on the ground than he's going to be throwing the ball.
He's had injuries. He'd better know how to go down. Or you know what? He
Yeah,
needs to work out and get a lot stronger. You got to be Russell Wilson in the NFL as a quarterback. I mean, you got to be able to bench with the linemen. You know, so you got to be strong, or you're gonna get
yeah.
hurt.
You got to be strong in the legs, not to go down on the first touch with those big dudes jumping on your legs.
Or learn how to
You know,
relax and go down. Don't. A lot of guys get hurt, I think,
yeah,
fighting through tackles. If you're not a running back
yeah,
or a receiver or a guy that does that for a living, you need to learn how to fold. Actually,
yeah. You're fighting through it and trying to stay up to make a play.
because that's how you get hurt.
Yeah, hey, think
Oh
about how many wide receivers, like second tier wide receivers, we got.
no,
We got just start naming them off, and we just
I
got
don't,
that new one today. We got
don't,
like
don't
almost 10 freaking second tier wide
all
receivers.
right, no, don't get me started on that because we're out of time now, Jay. But us get back on that Friday, and we might make receivers a topic of conversation Friday, because really,
Yeah,
we
I'll
got
make a
two.
list of our second tiers.
Oh God, be ready for that. All right,
Yeah.
Jay.
All right, Rumbo.
Have a
Talk to you
great night,
then.
fam. Yeah.
Bye.
Ah, God. Oh, hey, yeah. Happy Cinco de Mayo. Yo. I mean, you know, mi casa tu casa. I can't see. This is one thing I've always loved about that tradition. Now the food is just. Ronbo, come on in, man. Mi casa tu casa. He's like, I know, that's my game. I heard. But it's more than just about the food. It's a celebration of the Mexican culture. Hey, Trey, come on in, Trey.
What up, Rombo?
Dre, man, I'm looking at this. I don't know what compelled Jed to come out. I guess he's trying to prepare the fan base who is thinking that Trey's will come out there and open things up on opening day. And the 49ers, I mean, Jed York even come out to let everybody know because Jed ain't playing no games like John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan might. Jed speaks. He ain't coming out to say nothing unless he means it, right? So are you going to be okay if Trey doesn't start?
I mean, for the first year, I'll be fine with it. I don't want to stunt his growth too much for having him hold a clipboard. But
Mm,
if I mean, like Kyle said, Jimmy is our starter for this year, and he
mm,
is looking for compensation, so he don't walk away empty-handed. Understandably so. And I ain't minding it. And if Jimmy take us to a Super Bowl and we trade him, I
mm.
still don't mind it. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah,
It's
yeah.
I mean, what did you trade all the way up there for? This was going to be a part of the process.
Mm,
You didn't trust the process with Jimmy. You said he was unreliable and all
mm,
these other things. So go with your words, like Sherman said last year when they judged our defense. Stick
mm,
to that. Stick to
mm.
your guns. Don't try to retreat now because he's winning games and
Well, Trey,
you want to
Trey,
keep
I
him.
don't. You need to add some things to that. Now, they said that because his reliability was because he wasn't on the field and getting hurt. But I don't know that the 49ers really have ever been disgusted with his performance. So that's why that adds a
Not
little
just,
caveat to that whole line of thinking that they traded up because they didn't want to be denied their pick. That was part of it too.
I,
And nobody
I
would take
think
their
Jed,
nobody would take their trade up from point 0.5. I think they started number 5 or 6 in the line of the totem pole,
mhm.
and they couldn't get nobody to say okay, and they had to go up to 3 because I don't think the 49ers really wanted to give up that kind of capital, but that's what they had to do.
Not because I believe Kyle wanted Mac Jones at the time until he seen Trey Lance.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
then once he realized Trey was on the board, he had to move all the way up to number 3 because he everybody see what Kyle sees. Maybe not the way he sees it because he's an offensive mind guru, but
Mm,
for the most part, but Ain't nobody got the talent like Kyle, so I trusted him with
Yeah.
this guy. I really do. I've seen a couple of his games, and I've seen why he gave him the grade he gave. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And I mean, I think Jed York is more of a Jimmy guy. I mean, I'm a
No,
Jimmy
no, no,
guy
no.
myself. I
Remember,
love Jimmy.
remember, Jed, I think, did like this idea. And also, I'm pretty sure Kyle said it was always Trey Lance, though. I think Kyle's looking around and pissing people off like he does with Green Bay. Green Bay is mad at 49ers right now because they thought that the 49ers and Broncos were tampering.
Yeah,
They
they said
can't
that.
prove it,
I
though.
see that.
But
I
come
see that.
on,
I
Green
see that.
Bay. I mean, but
I
that's
see
what
that. I see
I think
that.
about that situation. Yeah.
I think Green Bay is just butthurt behind Aaron and his decisions to where he want to go, and the 49ers being a rival is just like a chicken to the growing. So, you know what I'm saying about that. But I mean, for the most part, I'm satisfied with my Niners and
Mm,
everything, and from the wide receiver core, we got a whole
mm,
bunch of dudes from last year we still
mm,
got. You know what I'm saying? They were
mm,
hurt. They never got the chance to see the field.
mm.
Jalen Hurd. What was the
Debo,
dude we no, what was the dude we picked up from?
Jalen Hurd. Oh, wide receiver?
It was a yeah, they were wide receivers. Remember, we picked them up when we were trying to keep them. We put
Oh,
them on
those
the
two
practice
speedsters
squad, and then
at the beginning of the
we
season
kept
got
them.
both of them got hurt. One from L.A.
Yeah, they
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
yeah, and then yeah, but we kept them. It's what everybody forgetting to realize. We kept them. They're still on the roster.
One of them
So
got cut.
therefore, we got a
One of them got cut.
yeah. I see.
The guy from the Cardinals, and the other one went and signed with somebody else. I
No,
forget.
this dude, he came. I think he came from the Rams. I want to say.
Yeah,
I'm not sure which
yeah,
team.
he ended up playing with somebody else toward the end of the season, which is interesting to me because I thought he was out for the season. I saw
Me and
him
you
on
both.
another. I saw him on another roster at the end of the year, so I'm not sure what's going on with that.
Because I checked the roster this morning, and the wide
You
receiver
saw his
core that
name on
we
it
yeah yeah.
because we played against a
And I
team
was
that.
saying, because he had a season-ending injury. We just didn't hear it. We just didn't know if it was going to be ending or not. So they placed him on IR, and then they took him
Trayvon
off.
Austin. Thanks, Joe. Trayvon's actually playing with another team. I remember I'd said because when I saw him, I said, "Why Austin?" I thought Austin was hurt, but he was definitely
Yeah,
on
that's what
another.
I thought.
Yeah, he was definitely
But
on
I
another
looked at this
roster.
thing this morning, and I seen him on it, and I was like, "Oh, we still got him." Okay, well, I was
Um,
satisfied as long as I seen his name, because he's the competition. Jalen Hurd, that's a secret weapon of Kyle's. He's not gonna tell nobody the truth about him.
yeah.
Right now, you gonna see, Kyle got some tricks up his sleeve. Yeah, he ain't finna tell everybody. He didn't tell nobody about Trey Lance, and he did it for a reason. He ain't gonna tell nobody everything he got going, and he
No,
said
no.
it himself.
Kyle ain't gonna tell
He
anybody
said
anything about what's going. That's
he said
Kyle.
we keeping everything to the vest this year. You know what I'm saying? So in other
Mm.
words, we're not telling you guys nothing. You're gonna see what you see in the preseason and in the real
But
season, and that's just
okay,
that.
okay. Dre, we gotta go. You know what? He's playing with. He's a free agent. It says. We'll see. Because that would be nice to get him back. All right, fam. Let me see you tomorrow because production is gonna run us
All
out of
right,
here. All right.
all right, y'all. Stay safe. All right.
All right, fam. You too. Yeah, Trayvon is because I thought I saw him playing for somebody else. He must have got cut from them too. Uh, Shorty Doo Wop Niner by T says Niners are stacked and loaded in every position if they can stay healthy. Nobody can stop them. Super fantastic 49ers get 6. I think people will be more comfortable after the first 5 or 6 weeks if the 49ers are winning with crying about rushing our new quarterback out on the field. Paul, thirds us up. I think Jimmy was over-relaxed last offseason, but he sounded very motivated in that interview. Now he has some competition. Can't wait to see Trey and Jimmy going out the dog at each other. I know, you know? It's going to be fun. As long as we're winning, we should all be delighted. And it is Chill, Bill, Phil.
Hey, Ronbo.
Phil, I was kind of surprised. So go ahead and make sure you renew those season tickets because yeah, Jimmy, they're not playing. Jimmy is seriously a part of the plan here.
Well, I thought that all along, but
You listen to so
you
much
know,
from the
media,
haters. I was
they got
starting to
to.
think maybe they may have a little bit of a point. They don't have a point. They have only on their head.
You know
Point.
what? I'm glad Aaron Rodgers is doing what he's doing because now it takes the top off Jimmy and the Niners drama,
Yeah.
which really isn't there. So you know,
Because Aaron's
you
just,
know,
God, he's going nuts.
people don't.
Wow.
I just don't think anybody understands the difference between the college game and the pro game. I mean, every quarterback that's a rookie has a problem his first year. Everyone. From Peyton Manning to Andrew Luck, all of them.
Joe, everybody.
So, Joe didn't even play his first year. He sat on the bench.
Yes, did he play his whole? Because I thought I thought he made some sporadic. Okay.
No, he sat the bench his whole first year. I forget the quarterback who was
Steve
starting at
Spurrier.
the time.
Spurrier was out there at that time, right?
No, it
Him and
was
Spurrier. No, him and Spurrier came in the same time.
Spurrier was around Brody's time.
But he was still hanging around.
No, it was
And
the guy from San Jose State, I think it was.
Quarterback?
Yeah, I forget. Somebody will chime in and give the name. But Joe sat his first year. Steve Young sat behind Joe. I mean,
it's not a big
deal.
On. Yeah.
It's not a big deal, exactly. And I think right now, Trey Lance is the third string quarterback.
He'd have
Seriously,
to be.
If Jimmy got hurt week one, Trey's not coming in. Folks, get used to it. He's going to be sitting the bench. He's going to be learning. The game is faster. Kyle's methodology is hard to learn to begin with. And it's just going to be better for him in the long run if he sits this year. And, you know, I think Jimmy's attitude has been great. We don't have the Aaron Rodgers situation.
Yeah. Jimmy hasn't accomplished as much as Rodgers, so he can't be screaming like that. I don't think he would anyway. Even if he would have won a Super Bowl.
I don't think he's that type of person.
Yeah, he's not that kind of guy.
He's more like Alex Smith, you know? Alex was a pro's pro and treated Mahomes with respect and worked with him. And then, you know, eerily, what team needs a quarterback? It's Washington. They've got Fitzpatrick as their quarterback. I could see them trading for Jimmy next year in the offseason.
Yeah, but you know what? I like
and
Fitzpatrick. If he's available next year.
Left Kansas City.
Yeah.
It's eerily similar situation. So, you know, I'm hoping that Trey turns out to be
a star.
Patrick Mahomes type, and you know, we move on. But I think this year it's Jimmy Speed. I think the locker room's with Jimmy. I think they're going to play hard for him, and if he stays healthy, I can't see us not winning 11.
A minimum of 12.
I can't.
Same here.
Not with our schedule. Yeah. I mean, we've got so many bad teams on our schedule. Detroit, Cincinnati, Jacksonville. Yeah. You know, we've got, I'd say, 6 teams that were last place teams last year. So, and then we get our 2 wins against the Rams, right? You know, that's guaranteed.
Well, yeah, it's a tradition.
You know, and every year we get 2 wins against the Rams.
I know.
Gotta be.
I don't know why we just don't phone them in. There's no need to play.
One win against Arizona, 1 win against Seattle. Geez, that's 10 wins right there.
I know, right?
Green Bay's going to be in disarray if Aaron's not playing.
Oh, yeah.
So,
and he's not. Aaron's got to stick to his word. I don't think he's going to play. Him and
he may not.
Deshaun, who promised he wasn't playing for Texas anymore. I don't know how his mind is now.
Yeah, we got Texas on our schedule, too.
No! I didn't even know this. Oh, God.
You got Jacksonville, Texas, Detroit, Cincinnati. And we play Cincinnati on the road. And the Rams have to play Baltimore. And Seattle's got to play Pittsburgh. And Arizona's got to play Cleveland. Come on. Who would you rather play in that division? It's Cincinnati.
I don't want to be bothered with Pittsburgh for sure. Oh, God. So, yeah. Well,
But anyway, the other thing I want to chime in on the running back situation where we drafted 2 running backs. The reason we drafted 2 running backs is because that whole running back room is on 1-year contracts.
yeah, we
So
talked about that
we
yesterday.
got to
Yeah.
have some running backs in there that are under contract
Because
for the
those
following
guys
year. So
could
I
be
think that's
leaving
why
next
we
year.
drafted.
Get them groomed up right now. I agree.
Same thing with corners. Same thing with tackles, guards.
God.
You know, Tomlinson's on his last year. We got to replace him.
Oh.
So yeah, it's just a rotating door. If you're not prepared, you're going to get stuck.
You're going to be on people.
So I
Phil,
think
we're going to go over time
All
here.
right, Ronbo.
I'll see you
Okay.
Friday. All right?
Okay, take care.
All right, fam. You too.
Bye.
Night. Hey, D on.
Ronbo, what's going on, brother?
D man, I kind of try actually. Well, I'm joking, of course. I try not to instigate and ignite things on Twitter, but I was delighted. I've thought this the whole time. I says, I'm looking at Trey, and yeah, he looks like a beast. I said, but you know what? That dude he didn't even get in 2 years of college, in a conference that's not going to look remind him anything of the NFL. He is going to be good, but as far as him stepping on the field next year, early in the season, I think he'd be overwhelmed. So I say, let him get a chance to season up a little bit. And I was right. I think Kyle knew that and already told the coach, CEO. Hey, Jed, look, man, I know you gave us permission to go ahead and trade up and get our quarterback. Well, listen, it may take a minute. Okay, so I just want you to know, I want you to be patient. We're going to get this done. And Jed said, go ahead, guys. Listen, if you need 1 year, 2 years, doesn't matter. We've got our guy. I had a feeling that's what the conversation was going on. But Dion, your perspective on this?
I like the fact that they're letting him sit. It makes more sense, you know what I'm saying? He sits behind Jimmy. Jimmy's not salty about things. He goes ahead and helps Trey come along. If by some freak of nature chance we find a trade partner for Jimmy, then, that works in our favor. But if we don't, and he still plays very well, we still have a capable backup just in case he gets injured. Because, say Jimmy gets us through the first quarter of the season, and we're 4-0. And next thing you know, here comes an injury. Okay, that's that Trey had to sit. Time to start digesting the playbook, and then Kyle can go and draw some things up to continue to help him grow. Like, Trey is honestly, to me, an insurance policy. I know that's what he is.
Right, at the moment,
yeah. That's what he is. He's an insurance policy. It was the same thing when they drafted Jalen Hurts to the Eagles. Everybody knew it was a possibility Carson Wentz might get injured. So if he does, we got Jalen Hurts here to go ahead and back him up. And, of course, they moved forward with Hurts and went ahead and traded him over to Indianapolis. But for us, it's an insurance policy just in case Jimmy isn't able to go because of injury. And Kyle said it best. If you get there, if Trey Lance beats you out, then that's basically a problem.
That's another thing. Yeah, you got to sit down, Jimmy. No, you ain't gonna sit down. Don't sit down. We'll have you out of here by tomorrow morning.
That's bode well for you as a quarterback.
Yeah.
But what I can say is, I've been listening to some of the callers, and I think everybody needs to calm down on how in depth we are and all this other crap. Outside of Debo and IU, we ain't got no receivers.
Jamie agrees with you. I've been talking about this for 3 years, D. I said, you're getting all over Jimmy, man. We need some receivers, too.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I can tell you right now, any of y'all in that chat counting on Jalen Hurts, whatever you're smoking, pass it.
Please,
no way.
Lord, please,
Jalen Hurts.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
He would really help us if he could just make it, though, D. He really would.
He could, but Jalen's always hurt. We got a bunch of unknown talents. We got Trent Sherfield. Juwan Jennings had the worst hamstring tear of his life, so we don't know what's going on with him.
What is a Sherfield? Who are these people?
There are Kevin White of all people, who's been nothing since he ever stepped on an NFL field. Like, there's certain things that just Like, it baffles me. And then, oh, yeah, we're set at the edge. Are we? Because there's Nick, and I don't know if D4 going to actually be healthy.
Well,
Like, these are questions.
they got 3 guys they can platoon, whichever one's hot. We got about 3 guys coming off the edge. We got Barrett, that clown that came over from Oakland, got caught for PDs, PEDs. We got a bunch of them over there. All of them ain't gonna make the team. We've got a handful though, D. I don't know if they're worth a damn. Put them all together, are they worth one D forward? I don't know.
That's the thing. See, I don't look at depth if I don't know what these people are really going to be. So I can't. The perfect example for a deep line was back. Steve Spagnuolo was with the New York Giants. They was rotating in starters on a consistent basis. They backups were starters everywhere else. So when you can rotate, when you can tell OCU Manure go sit down and bring in Justin Tuck, yeah, you're not going to.
Now you talking for what? This is why I'm not sure. Why would bring Hyder back? I think he would have came under,
They didn't bring Hyder back. They didn't bring Hyder back because they didn't want to pay him. You got to think about it. They're looking at to a point where they're trying to get under the salary cap as low as they possibly can.
I just wonder how much he wanted. He didn't want a 1-year deal, though. The 49ers probably did ask him if he wanted a 1-year deal. He probably said no.
Because everybody basically is there because we're trying to make sure that next year we can do 2 things. We can reload in the draft if we need to, and at the same time, when the cap does explode, we're probably only going to pay a few people. I mean, the chances, and I'm not trying to put this out there, but the chances of Verrett repeating a healthy season are slim to none. Like, we know this. We know his history.
Don't do this. Don't even talk into existence. Oh, it's scary. He's got to make it.
I wanted it when he came down the draft. But, once again, the Packers picked him. And then what did they do this year? Dan Chargers picked up who did I want? Asante Samuel Jr. Because we went and picked the guy. Like, we really needed that.
At least Verrett said, y'all don't need to pay me. I'm going to show you, okay? So we got a good deal with that. Then we're going to run out of time. Let me see you Friday, man, because see what else develops. Because there's going to be drama between now and opening day. I can see right now. D?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry.
Let me see you Friday because we're out of time.
Hey, you have yourself a wonderful evening. Thank you for the platform. Everybody out there, make sure you smashing that like and subscribe button because Ronbo is numero uno. Have a good night, man.
Thanks, D. And be sure if you see D rolling around in the chat, Not a Gang Podcast, click him up, subscribe. Man's got, you see his mind. He's got all kind of stuff rolling. All right, fam. Have a good night.
All right.
And let's go say hey to Russo.
What's up, Ronbo?
Russo, I know I'm just in this giddy, great. Russo, I worry about the mindset. I think that a lot of times there's not as much intelligence floating around as mine. And I said to myself, I hope the 49ers aren't contemplating any of the thoughts that I'm hearing on Twitter and all the other social media platforms. Get rid of Jimmy now. Let Trey get his reps in starting from right now. I said, oh, no, you just don't want to do that. Let him come in, man. He'll be stormed. He'll be killed. We will be killed as a team. We'll be running the ball all 4 quarters. Sudfeld will be in the game before you know it, and then we're dead meat. So I guess the 49ers they're keeping their head on straight. Russo, are you fine with that, though, as far as allowing the youngster to come in and learn at a speed that makes sense?
Well, 2 years, no. I don't see any scenario he sits for 2 years.
That's just Jed talking. I don't know about that, but I mean, at least
start
from day
it
one.
Makes no. Yeah, there's no sense in drafting this kid and then from 19 till 23, he doesn't play any football. It doesn't make any sense.
At 20,
why would you do that to somebody? You know what I mean? But the way I look at it, the whole thing is kind of unfortunate. We all know this all stems from Jimmy not going out of bounds and trying to get an extra yard or prove he's tough or something. I don't know what that was about, but yeah, I mean, and he learned from it. I do feel like he learned from it, and he learned the hard way. You know what I mean? It's unfortunate because I know you're one of Jimmy's biggest fans. I'm a big Jimmy supporter. I like Jimmy Garoppolo. I really wanted him to succeed, but I think last year when everybody was hurt, they were looking for someone to count on, and they were hoping it was him. And then, obviously that one play, I consider that bad luck as well, honestly. And it just kind of is what it is. And now they got the guy of the future. So this is, I've called you a few times. I haven't spoken to you since before the draft, but if you remember, I'm sure you do, I said they would take Trey Lance. Yeah. I said they would keep Jimmy. This is exactly what I expected. This isn't this is what they've been saying all along. So like, people can be like, oh, you can say it's coach talk, or you can call it whatever you want. I listen to what I hear, and then I make my opinion, and this is what I expected as well. And I kind of feel like, Jimmy's handling it the only way he's supposed to handle it, because if he ever wants to get paid all this money, he has no choice but to handle it this way. And plus, I also feel like Jimmy is that guy, to be honest. Like, I just feel like that's just who he is anyway. So I don't think it's a big deal. You know what I mean? Like, he's never there's never been any character concerns about Jimmy Garoppolo's competitiveness or his, anything ever. It's never come up. So I kind of feel like
there's just nothing controversial about Jimmy other than getting hurt. The guy never has any comments.
Yeah.
He doesn't do social media. You don't hear about things he said. And yesterday when he spoke, we were lucky that he even spoke. I love that guy, man. He kills me.
Right.
And he's taking a lot of crap. Ooh, he takes a lot of crap.
Initially, it was the whole porn star thing, right? And then it was like, oh, Jimmy needs to get out of the news. He needs to just lay low. Now it's like, okay, well, Jimmy's laying a little too low. We want to hear a little something from Jimmy. You know what I mean? So he's like, come on, guys. Like, what do you want? But, like, this is my point with what I was getting at. So I kind of feel like, yes, Jimmy's doing the right thing. I expect Jimmy to be successful this year, actually. I think that, fire's been lit. I think that the likelihood of him getting hurt again is it's
small.
It's not very likely. I really don't. It's not like the guy keeps pulling his hamstring over and over and over again, right? He just had some freak injuries, and they're like serious injuries, right? They're borderline, ACL tear, borderline, high ankle sprain, whatever you want to call it. But I kind of feel like Jimmy's going to get the raw end of the stick this year, because Kyle said, when Trey Lance is ready, we will not hesitate. And I have always been in the belief all along this whole process that he is the most ready to plug right into this offense. But they're not going to do that for multiple reasons, because A, you don't have to. B, Jimmy's a proven winner. We know all those things about Jimmy. High character, right? Like, he's accepting it. He said all the right things. But this is what I believe will happen. I believe Jimmy will probably start 6-7 games up till the bye week. Niners will probably go 6-0, 6-1, 7-2, something of that sort. I believe that they will then bench Jimmy Garoppolo to protect him. And I think that they're going to want to maintain his trade value. And I think his trade value will not be higher than at that point. But I also believe that Trey Lance will have been ready this whole time, but this extra waiting will also benefit him as well. Really? So I think it's going to be like a hedge all your bets type of scenario. And that's just kind of how I see this playing out. Wow. And I think Trey Lance is going to take over a 6-1 49ers team leading the division. And I think that they're going to be
middle of the season, I really think, even while they're winning, you change the momentum. I can see it's possible, but I don't really seeing it.
But this is all
speculation.
This is all it's all depending on Trey. If he's not ready, then no. But I'm of the belief that he will be ready, but I also believe that Jimmy's going to be playing great. So I think it's going to be a very good situation for the team.
Yeah,
but I just feel like Trey.
If Trey's ready, just put him in. But the thing is, if you're winning, would you risk bringing him in to run that car on a test track when it ain't necessary? Because if the team loses when he comes in, that's going to send a ripple effect through the locker room. Like, coach, what, why? I could see that happen.
No,
too.
But it's going to be an agreement. It's going to be one of those things, like Kyle said, everyone's going to know. The players are going to know, right? I think everyone's going to know, but I think it's going to be also like, are you risking potentially getting a first-round pick for Jimmy Garoppolo in 2022? In return, if something were to go wrong, I don't know. I just kind of feel like
it's weighing continued winning versus trade value. So that's going to be interesting.
It's mere assumption. Which is kind of what I've been doing all along, Ronbo. But I just kind of like
all right.
Just the way,
we're going to see, because I'm going to be looking around in week 7 and week 8. The 49ers maybe lost once. Are we going to change Jimmy now? This team is rolling. We're going to change Jimmy now.
I want to see the schedule. Yeah. I want to see the schedule, and I want to see when the bye week comes in, because I think that's going to be a very interesting point for me. So
Okay, that's
Yeah,
what
I'm
we're
looking
for.
for the bye week.
Do they do that if the 49ers are winning? All right, Russo. Good stuff. We'll see you Friday.
All right, bro. Have a good night. Thank you.
You too, Russo. Thanks, fam. Hey, John. Get in here, John. 49ers
Ronbo!
Ultimate Report. John. All right. So, John,
Yep.
you've had special schools of thought here. Mine is, if Jimmy balls out this year, it's Jimmy's team all the way to Week 17. Russo just brought in an interesting perspective. He's on pace with a lot of people who think that Kyle would actually shift gears in the middle of the season no matter what, if he does think that the Rook's ready, right? And but also, what are your things? What are your feelings either way?
Well, that's not going to happen. Like I say this: if you do that, you're basically going to lose the faith on the team. One thing that most people don't understand, if you've never been in the locker room, and especially a professional locker room, it's different than any other situation in any other type of sport. You can do that in any type of sport. But if they're like 7-0 or 8-0 or 9-0 at the bye, the team wants to win, and the game is Super Bowls. So when I hear this, from people, it's not that I'm, being, disrespectful to their opinion. It just doesn't make sense. Jed York made a very smart thing today. I don't think he did this on purpose. I think he did this in a very calculated way. He says, I want Trey Lance to sit down. I want Jimmy to play. Jimmy has the better option and the closest to make it to the Super Bowl, because he's looking at Jimmy Garoppolo like a stock. And if Jimmy's stock continues to go up, you play that boy. And I'll be completely honest, as I said, since Jimmy Garoppolo came to the 49ers, I've always left reservations. But if he can prove that he can win a lot, finish the season, that's a victory for him, because it's 17-game schedule. I would not do that. Like if I was a coach and I would say, oh, you know what, we're 8-0, it's the bye week. Oh, I get to trade him? That's the most dumbest thing you can do.
No.
And I'm real. I keep it, real. I know, some people don't like, me speaking like that, but it is what it is. It just doesn't make any sense.
Because the fans would be pissed. I mean, if he's losing, the fans would be delighted to see Trey come in. But if we're 7-1 or 8-0 and you're going to make a switch, why? We're winning. Keep winning. If he starts to fade, okay. But I don't see that. And the locker room's definitely not going to put up with it.
Yeah, and has that ever happened in the NFL? Like where a quarterback, is really good and they're like undefeated at the bye week and the trade deadline, and the general manager said, you know what, we can go to the Super Bowl. We can clinch a first-round bye, but I like the rookie we drafted. Let's put this rookie in, put everything on the line. And what happens if that rookie
and trade Jimmy, we can get a first-round pick. Why, if they're going that direction, we're just looking for our first-round picks back. Yeah, but what about the fan base in the locker room? Not a good thing.
Yeah. And then George Kittle, Fred Warner, Kyle Juszczyk.
Trent Williams, they didn't sign up for
guys,
this. Yeah.
Yeah, those guys are like, hey, we want to go to the Super Bowl. If Jimmy can do it for 1 year, just like Tom Brady, when Tom Brady was winning all those Super Bowls, players went over there for 1 year expecting that Tom Brady was going to, take them. It's the same situation here. A lot of players came over here, Trent Williams, he wanted to get paid, but he knows why he took that money, not because he wanted to be rich. Kyle Juszczyk, he got paid, but he knows why he's here. George Kittle, Fred Warner, those guys, they're here for a Super Bowl. They're not here because, we want Trey Lance to come in and maybe win the division.
And also, if Sherman comes back, now you've got a bunch of veterans on their last minutes in the NFL, and all of a sudden we're winning and we're going to switch quarterbacks. That's a real risky move if you want to win. Stranger things may have happened. I don't remember. Last year with Tua, Miami was on a roll, and they took Fitzpatrick out. And if anything, that's a good example as to why you don't do that. Tua came in, and he struggled, as you would expect. So anyway, it helped them get their draft pick. So, man, it's rough, huh? We'll see, huh? God,
Yep. Yep.
All right. Anything else you want to add?
Yeah, and one last thing, like at the end of the day, like we're all 49er fans. We want this team to succeed, and if Jimmy Garoppolo can do it, keep him. And if he wins a Super Bowl, like I said months back, the Niners are going to be in a huge dilemma if that happens.
I know, right? People think automatically, doesn't matter. He could win a Super Bowl. He could be the MVP of the Super Bowl. We want him out now. Okay, get them 2 first-round draft picks back. I mean, and then they're happy. It's really, Jimmy Garoppolo's a phenomenon because he doesn't lose when he plays, but he still has this incredible amount of dislike. It's amazing. Hey, fam, we got to go, though. We run out of time. Let's see you Friday, okay? Always with your good stuff. He's 49ers Ultimate Report. Click him up before he says what he always says. Go ahead, fam, say it, because I know you're going to say it. Norm's waiting anyway.
Yeah, 49ers Ultimate Report, if you want to check it out, go check it out. And Ronbo, just like always, Niners all day.
All right, fam. Have a great night. Hey, Robert.
Ronbo.
Robert.
Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
All right. How you doing?
Fabulous. I've been talking to haters so much because I go back and forth with them on Twitter all the time. And I got guys wanting to bet money that Jimmy G's out of here by August. Others are saying he'll be out of here by mid-season. Others, Jimmy G is the most winningest quarterback that absolutely has a limited amount of support and fans that I've ever seen.
It's almost disrespectful. It's almost disrespectful for a professional athlete to spend that much time on his craft and perform the way he does that he gets so much disrespect. But I digress. But let me give you my prediction of how I see this thing going to play out.
All right.
There's going to be a couple different scenarios that can take place. Now, I don't see us getting rid. It would be foolish to get rid of Jimmy before the season or midway through the season or change quarterbacks midway through the season. Because we were fortunate, it hurt our feelings. I know y'all, the rest of, the Empire felt the way I did to watch our season last year every week in and week out. But a year removed, once we look at the big picture, it actually benefits us losing the games that we did and our younger draft picks getting accustomed to football on a professional level, that now we're going to have teams that we're going to run through. We're playing the bottom in every division. So how I see this thing playing out, Jimmy's going to, and it's an extra game, and it's going to benefit us too, because I believe that by week 10 or 11, we should be in, our goal should be to lock up
the NFC West.
Lock up the West and lock up the NFC as soon as possible. So the extra game in the last few games of the back end of the season, you'll start to see Trey more. But we can rest Jimmy. We can rest our stars.
That's an ideal situation.
And
late
then,
in the season, yes.
And then what that will also allow is us to you got to realize that we're going to have different packages for Jimmy and
Trey. They got to train up.
So
that's right. Practice has a shift.
And what it will also do, it would give Kyle Shanahan the best poker face he could ever have. Now when we go into the playoffs, we're not one-dimensional. You don't know who's coming. You don't know what's going to go on.
Absolutely.
You can't line up on the field a certain way because you got a certain quarterback on the field. Trey may play more in the playoffs than he play in the regular season.
Could be.
Yeah, that's how I see it shaking out.
And especially if Jimmy gets hurt, and now you have to put Trey in the playoffs no matter what,
Exactly. Now he's prepared.
That would be
So
interesting.
it's all benefiting us at the moment. So we can just kind of relax with all that. Want to get rid of Jimmy so fast and bet
I
money
feel
on
so
it.
sorry for him.
Stop it.
That's why I stick up for him.
That's your Super Bowl.
Ah,
You're gonna give your golden ticket away.
crazy.
I want to keep my golden ticket. So let's keep Jimmy around. And one thing I disagree with you about, Ronbo, regardless Super Bowl or not, Jimmy's gone next year.
Yeah,
he's gone. That's written in stone.
His draft value, his trade value would diminish. But I just say, if he were to win the Super Bowl next year, now you've got Jed's going to get pressure. Why? I say that because I got a feeling Jed takes what people put in his ear seriously. First thing that's going to happen is you're going to bring him back next year. No, we're going to entertain trade offers. Why, dude? Listen, does it look like to you that Jimmy's ready to go or that he can't win again? Take your chance with him. So, and you know what? 49ers, you owe him. You're getting rid of him. Just let him walk. Then at the end of the second year, you can't get a trade for him. Just let him walk. You already got your quarterback. You got lots of money in your till. Just let him go. And I can see that being the case
too. Here's another scenario. It's not Jimmy getting hurt. We playing good all season long. We're starting to get Trey sprinkled in a little bit here and there. Yeah. And when we starting to get Trey starting to get up to speed, and another Super Bowl potential team quarterback gets hurt, they'll be calling for Jimmy.
Yeah.
And we may be in a position to slide then.
And to be fair to Jimmy, you let him go to that team too, so he can keep his regular contract or keep his contract now. There's a number of things. I just get the feeling if Jimmy wins, he'll be just like every other quarterback in the NFL league that's kept people on the bench. You got to keep him for PR's sake, because if you get rid of Jimmy after a Super Bowl win, and the other kid comes in and can't keep up that same aura or that same thing.
But let's go back to my scenario again. Trey's a part of this winning the Super Bowl. This one solely.
Really,
that's why I said
if that's the case.
You see what I'm saying? Trey would be sprinkled into it now. Now you can't say, hey, Jimmy solely won the championship, because we know there's things that Trey can do that Jimmy can't do that'll benefit us in the playoffs.
Robert, the only thing is I've never seen any team do that before. Whoever's the man on the field stays on the field. But, maybe Kyle will try that. I don't know. Well, I can't speak to that. I have no idea.
And we kind of missed something on it, like first press conference that Kyle did. He was basically trying to tell us that he was going towards a more athletic quarterback. That he was saying that.
Robert, can I get you to hold that thought, because we're out of time now. Bring that back Friday, and we can start with that from the top. All right.
Oh yeah,
because I know where you're going with this. It's a great conversation, though. All right, man. We'll see you Friday.
Yeah. Niners all day and twice on Sunday.
and don't forget Monday and Thursday. Night, fam. Hey, Papa Dragon.
Happy Cinco de Mayo to you and production.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yes. Having my tamales right now.
All right. Let's see. That's what I'm talking about. Don't start talking. Oh, the Chicano food, man. I tell you, I'm that dude that has to leave the restaurant on a stretcher because he didn't know his limit. I'm talking to you about, no, man, give me, okay, one more chimichurri, be all right?
Oh, no. You're the dude that puts away 7,000 calories a day and don't gain no weight. You're the most hated. That's who you are.
It's cardio. Because I know I'm going to eat. I just do cardio. I hate cardio, too. But I know if I'm going to eat, I got to do it because people are waiting for me to get fat. Oh, man, everybody in my family, man, you still talking trash, because I like to pick on people that don't like to get kind of wide at the waistline, and that type of thing.
Yeah.
Oh, man, hey, man, keep on talking, man. Yeah.
Hey, man, the media has lost their damn mind. Woo! They've been screaming Mac Jones for so long. Now they're like, the Niners folded to pressure. Hit that kid.
Mac Jones was never it. Kyle told people that. He was never it.
No, he wasn't. No, he was the backup plan. He was like, well, he's, worth drafting, is what he was saying. But
yeah.
He could have got him at 12. But I mean, a lot of people are speculating this and speculating that. I'm going to tell you how football works, really. this whole thing is going to be decided in practice. People are like, well, he doesn't have any experience and blah, blah, blah. He's going to have a whole lot of experience this year playing against one of the league's best defenses all the time, running the scout team, pretending that he's Kyler Murray, pretending that he's Russell Wilson, and this is what's going to happen. What happens in practice is that everyone in practice is a competitor, but we're also football fans. So we get excited when we see big hits in practice. We get excited when we see awesome plays and catches.
Yep.
And what's going to happen is that the league is kind of caught up to Kyle Shanahan and Jimmy Garoppolo. Basically, if you can stymie the run and stuff the middle of the field, very difficult for Jimmy to get rolling because really Jimmy don't throw over the top and he's not throwing at the sideline. So what's going to happen is all of a sudden you're going to see this kid doing some of that stuff in practice. And I don't know when it's going to happen, but it's going to happen. Because just like Frank Gore said, he said the same thing I said, which was, Fields is the pick. That's what you want. Jed was like, take a look at this kid for me. So take a look at the kid. Same thing I was. I was all about Fields. I took a look at the kid, and I'm like, damn, this dude is pro ready. He's playing in a pro
Lance
offense.
or Fields?
Center.
Lance.
I'm talking about Lance. No, not Fields. Fields not doing that. But that's probably one of the reasons why he didn't look at Patrick Mahomes either. Because, again, Patrick Mahomes, he didn't even huddle. He didn't even play under center.
What do they call that offense that he comes from? The what?
College gun crap. I don't know.
I forgot the name of it.
But it took
because I never heard the term until I heard Patrick Mahomes. And that's what they do in Texas.
Yeah, they do some crazy stuff there. But bottom line is that's what's going to happen. I think ultimately, if you're running a successful team, of course, if you have Jimmy Garoppolo, the owner says, "Oh yeah, I'll pay him. It's not my money, so I'm going to keep Jimmy Garoppolo." You see what I'm saying? I don't see them trading him because honestly, he cost us a second round pick. He got us to the Super Bowl. So to me, I think that was a good investment. I don't got to get a pick back personally. Honestly, if it was a thing about money, you just cut him, save money, go sign some more players.
Yeah.
But it's not really about that. He does give us the best chance to win right now. That's just the reality. He does.
Yeah.
Why? How many quarterbacks have we seen ruined by throwing them in there too soon?
Oh, the numbers.
How many?
The numbers going to
countless.
Huge numbers, yeah. And they came out
We're
of college
about to see it again this year.
looking like
we're about to see
nobody.
we're about to see it happen again. We're going to see it happen in Jacksonville because that kid has only lost 2 games in his life. New York. Oh, God, New York. They're all over that kid's mother already. So he's already had to come out and say, hey, stop talking about my mom. Oh, dude, it's over. So that's what's probably going to happen. I think ultimately that, this kid will be ready to play, but everyone's going to know it. All the defense, the players, the captains, the coaches, they're going to be like, you see that play right there? Jimmy can't make that play. See that play? Oh, defense is going to be like, we're not used to this happening to us. That's what's going to happen. So what's going to happen is that it'll be a unified front, and people will probably say, we got to get the kid in there. But I personally envision Shanahan handling it kind of like they handled DeBerg in Montana. Bring him in for a quarter, half quarter, bring him in for some packages and some plays. Put him in a lineup as a tight end, but don't run him like Taysom Hill. Just he's a quarterback, but you got him listed as tight end so you can sprinkle him in and make some plays. And that's what's going to happen. So ultimately, we know that Jimmy's got a good chance of getting hurt, God forbid. So if Jimmy gets hurt, that'll be an issue. Because sometimes your body just breaks down. He just may be at his limit. So it'll be because he hurt or because he's ineffective or because we have a losing record, then he'll come in. But optimistically, we want to see we want to really be at somewhere around 10-2, 10-3, 9-4, something like that. Get Trey some more stuff and then go from there. But I don't foresee them just all of a sudden just trying to doing this for like Jimmy Garoppolo draft stock status. Because who's going to trade for him in that contract? Nobody.
And also, why would you do that? And you're driving for a spot in the playoffs in the division. Oh, and by the way, I'm delighted. DeBerg. Oh, I said Spurrier. I was wrong. Who was I? I think I was talking to Phil. Phil, sorry. DeBerg and Joe were going back and forth. Yeah, that's right. All right.
Yeah.
Wow, that clock ticked up. Okay.
I know. We can talk all night about
already. Yeah, I know. All right. All right.
Damn you, production.
I
love you,
pick up
production.
with this. Oh, yeah. They keep showing you get everybody in. So, all right,
absolutely.
man.
And of course,
Oh, here it comes. His system always mutes him out. Or there's somebody in the room that hits a mute button.
Later, fam.
Good night. Good night,
Good
Papa.
night.
Night. Reminds me of a car accident that was in that lasted for what seemed like 20 seconds. I was screaming just like that. Hey, Mr. Block Eyes, Jimmy G needs to start when we win. Not throwing Trey in there. He's going to get his turn. If anything, my running back and wide receiver depth charts need to form. Is Hurd okay? I know, right? I have another theory about wide receivers, too. You know how we're always saying Jimmy can't do this, Jimmy can't do that? Well, hell, who was Jimmy going to do it with? I have a feeling all this thing about going outside the numbers, everything, people think Jimmy can't do it. Actually, there's clips of Jimmy doing that on several occasions, and one of them was with Juice. I do believe IU can, and I know Debo can. Look for that stigma to get off of Jimmy this year as well. Hey, Sergio!
Ronbo!
Sergio, Jed York came out and told everybody, because there's a bit of, I guess everybody heard about it. 49 fans are going back and forth. Yeah, Trey's going to be in there week 1. My guess is going to be in week 1. Or at the latest, week 2. You know, so he said, you guys, he just came.
It sounds nice.
Yeah. But, man, I don't know, guys. Is he ready already?
I don't.
He's learned that. He's a smart guy.
Man.
He can learn that playbook. It's more than just learning the playbook. And so, but anyway, Sergio, I'm sorry. What are you thinking?
Well, let's be honest, man. The greatest quarterbacks has always been sitting at the sidelines. That's the way they learn. That's the way they grow. Like, look at Steve Young. Look at Aaron Rodgers behind Favre. Tom Brady was behind Bledsoe. Like, I could go on and on, but it's better he just sits back, watches, listens, learns. That's how you become great. You can't just become great by just being thrown into the fire. Like, you know, like,
kill your confidence.
It's just, yeah,
yeah,
you get nervous, like, cause you're in a whole new level. Like, you're in the NFL now. Like, it's not college, it's NFL. There's more strict rules. Like, you know, they hit harder. Like, it's just
harder.
more. It's just more.
And way faster.
You know, way faster.
And why put your rookie under that kind of pressure? You know, that's why when Russo said in the middle of the season they're going to switch quarterbacks, he's going to come in. Hey, okay, we're 9-1. I got this. Probably not. That's too much to ask of him, right? I'm thinking
you're not going to risk it. You're going to push to get him, and then just throw him out there, and then have him get hurt, and then you're screwed. You know, I don't see it. You know, it's like example. It's a stupid example, but it's just funny to say.
I love it.
Kim Kardashian didn't look good or successful
until
until she learned from Paris Hilton. She was behind her. She was in the sidelines.
That's right.
You know, like she learned from her, and after that, what did she go do? She got successful. She looked good. Like, you know, she's her own thing.
So you know what I thought you were going to say, though? Kim Kardashian didn't become a star until she got a booty job.
That's what I mean. You know, until she learned what
got
what
a new booty.
To do, you know, get some work done. But yeah.
Every time she walked in the club, players, hey, Miss New Booty. Okay, Sergio, so you're gonna make me act silly, man. I'm through. I'm done. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, man, but that's just the way it is, man. Jimmy's Trey's Paris Hilton, and he needs to learn.
Yeah.
Sit back and just watch. You know, watch him get to work, and then. But I can tell you this, man. This is Jimmy's last year as a Niner.
Yeah,
I really
and
know
it should be. While he's still got big value and he can still get a big contract. If they trade him, they got to keep his contract because he's got 2 years left on his contract. So wherever he goes, they got to pay him the same thing the 49ers would. That's actually more fair for him.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. The reason why they didn't get rid of him or trade him this year is because he has no resume for last year. Like he was hurt, you know. So he just got back. So he needs to have a good resume for him to be like, oh yeah, now we could trade him because he looked good this year. So people are gonna want him. You know, they're not gonna want him now because he was hurt last year.
No reason to give you anything. And also, somebody said too, the 49ers really couldn't find all those veterans, Stafford and all those guys were rolling around. The 49ers didn't think they were any better than Jimmy, apparently. They weren't going to bring them in. They wanted to find a seasoned vet or somebody who could actually carry the load and while they draft the new kid, right? So they couldn't find one. So but Jimmy also stayed for that reason from what I read. I don't know if that's true or not.
Yeah, I also heard that Niners try to. Well, I guess they talked to Aaron about bringing him in, but they offered him Jimmy, and they're like, no, like Jimmy.
Green Bay. Yeah, Green Bay's still pissed off about. Well, yeah, I don't know because Green Bay acted all pissed off because the 49ers called them up and asked him about Aaron, and they think they were talking to Aaron behind their back. So that deal may never have happened. I don't know because everybody thought the 49ers were going to trade for Aaron Rodgers.
That's their fault. Look how they're treating them. They're treating him just like they did Favre, you know, like they know his number's done. They think that he's done, even though he gave him an MVP year, like, but he's not done. Like he's still good. But they just look at his age and they're like, yeah, he's done.
Green Bay is the house that Lombardi built, man. The Green Bay Packers are always gonna think there's no player in the universe bigger than the Green Bay Packers. You guys need to remember that and realize, we're in charge.
You know what I say to that? Yeah. You know what I say to that, Ronbo?
What do you say?
When I see green, I flush it.
So you're a funny guy, man. Get out back here. Let me see you Friday, all right?
For sure, man. This year is gonna be a good year. So
I think so. All right, man. Yeah. Have a great night.
All right, man. You too. Bye.
Come on into this mic and let's talk about this team from San Francisco. Emilio!
Yeah.
Back we're gonna do a duet soon. Emilio, hey, so Emilio, you heard Jed York for no known reason. He wasn't even under any pressure. I don't know why he came out and announced, I got no problem with Jimmy staying here and letting Trey learn for him. 1, 2 years, doesn't matter to me. So, hey, Emilio, what was that about? And
okay, well, I'll put you like this. You're the owner. Are you gonna downplay any of your players, good or bad?
Yeah, that's true. You better not. But why don't I just be quiet? Do I need to say anything publicly?
I mean, you can't be quiet. But I mean, I know what he's just trying to settle. Like, he's not going nowhere for now. He's their quarterback. That's all he did. It ain't nothing different. I mean, even if it would have been Shanahan, he was like, yeah, I'm okay with him staying for 2 years, under contract.
Kyle kind of said that anyway. Yeah.
But yeah, see, like I said, they're not going to downplay their own players. Even though, like I said, if you don't want them there or whatever you play, you just don't do that because then you can't really. Then it speaks volumes of you as the owner and as a coach. It's like you're talking about your players. Like who would really, some players might take offense to it, some might not. So no matter if you're the GM, the owner, or one of the coaches, you can't really downplay your own teammates, your own whatever, your players or whatever you want.
But you know something funny, Milo? The best teams in the league, you look at Green Bay, how they treat their people. Belichick used to let everybody know, Tom Brady is no better than my linebacker back in the day. That's why Tom left, because he never could get the kind of respect he thinks he warranted. So, our people never do that to our players.
Well, there's some coaches out there, there's some coaches that are straightforward. Either you like it or you don't. I mean, everybody's different, but he's just, at the end of the day, you just got to be straightforward with your players. That's my dude. At the end of the day, your job is on the line. That's why Belichick is the way he is. I'm like, dude, you don't want to friend of my
hard.
Yes.
I mean, both of Belichick's like that father that never shows his child any love. He loves his child, but he ain't gonna let his child know it, right? Because I know Belichick like Brady. He'll never admit it, but he knows he likes Brady. He raised Brady. 6 titles.
Well, of course of course.
And you
they
still
won 6
can't be
Super
nice
Bowls.
to him.
Over the matter of 20 years,
Yeah. Tell me you don't
It,
like
it,
him.
it's always, but basically you call it tough love. I hate you, I don't like you, either way, whatever it is.
And never give you any compliments. Well, it's okay performance. It lacks something. Brady's sensitive, I guess. I don't know why now he'd be sensitive. But
Brady's always been sensitive. That ain't nothing.
I forgot. That's that famous crying video.
Even Aaron Rodgers too. He's one of the sensitive ones too. Gosh, these dudes crying. And I forgot the other day somebody said players are not sensitive. I'm like, I don't know who. I can't remember. It was I don't know. It was a couple of days. I don't know if it was Wednesday. I'm like, no. A lot of these players are sensitive and they're
real sensitive and got egos.
So no.
Yeah.
Even back in the day, they were crying. So there ain't nothing different.
Even they were tougher. So yeah, I agree. So the 49ers are not like that though. Are they pretty much straightforward with our guys? They let you know what their plans are in advance. We got a good culture in San Francisco. I think that's healthier in the long run.
Yeah. Well, you think about it, T.O. was the biggest whiny baby we've ever had.
He's real sensitive, and you can tell that's why his thing that he did with the Hall of Fame, and he still will not go to and check things out. He's really hard. But okay, so is Trey Lance, how long is it going to take him to get ready?
It all depends. I'm like, because I heard people talking every time about, especially, and you, talking about, he can't come in. Yes, he can. I'm like, we just had this scenario with Hardball, with Kaepernick. If they think he's ready, he's going to start no matter what happens. If we go into a bye week and Shanahan just says, you know what, pull the trigger, let's go, Trey. You got to get on the field, do what you need to do. You think about it, because the same thing would happen with Alex. He had a winning season, he got hurt. All of a sudden, what we do? We went to the Super Bowl. You also got to realize.
You said he got hurt. Kaepernick would have never got in. Had Alex not got hurt.
Well, actually, you never know, because they could have been. Because they kept talking about it. They wanted him to play, but they just were waiting for the right opportunity. That's what that was. I mean, when Alex came back, he was ready to play again. So Harbaugh kept saying, "We're just waiting for the right opportunity. Waiting for the right opportunity." So they just made an excuse for he got hurt. We'll put in Kaepernick again.
Let me ask you about that though a minute. Had Alex played in that Super Bowl, do we win it or do we lose it?
You never know, because then you also got the other thing you got to look at. No, because honestly, the other thing you got to look at, Kaepernick made a lot of throws that Alex Smith couldn't make. That's the other reason why Kaepernick started. So you think about it in this scenario, we haven't really seen what Trey can do. I mean, besides his highlights and didn't in college. So think about it. If Trey can throw the ball 60 yards down the field and Garoppolo can't, what are you going to do? Are you going to go with the guy that can throw deep or can't? So at those scenarios, you got to look at. So let's go. Let's say we're in preseason one, and Trey Lance is making all these throws.
Then
what are you going to say to yourself?
That's true.
You're going to have to think about it.
Yeah, but you also got to look at the level of competition in preseason. This is a good topic too.
It's true, but like I said, you just got to realize what you can and cannot do. Who has a stronger arm?
If it comes down to that. Well, there's a lot of things. Bring that back Friday. Let's continue on that because it's so long and we ran out of time.
I get it, but the possibility you can't start because there's a few quarterbacks that have. You got to look at Tom Wilson and Patrick Mahomes. Just a few that started their rookie season. So.
Okay. Mahomes in one game. All right, fam.
No, I wouldn't. I'm talking about Dak. I'm talking about Dak and Wilson.
Oh yeah, Middleton. That's true.
Tom.
All right. We really gotta go. We're going to time. All right, fam. See you Friday.
I'll holler.
All right. Oh, Salvador.
Hello.
Salvador, come on in, man. And we're riding on Jed York. As I said, I don't know what made him come out making public announcements like that. I mean, I thought it was uncalled for, but I was amused. He says, "Hey, I got no problem with Trey learning behind Jimmy for a year or two. I can see when you say 1 year, but why are you saying two, Jed? That's what are you just saying that for? So, he could have just ended with a year or don't even say it. I thought, why are you saying this, Jed? So, Sal, what do you make of that? Is that okay with you anyway?
I mean, it's okay just because I'm supportive of both quarterbacks. Ideally, I would not want Lance to sit 2 years. But let's play hypotheticals. That means Jimmy G's healthy. That means we're a playoff team, hopefully contending for a Super Bowl. I said it, when we traded for the picks a couple months ago. Sorry, Ronbo, I'm setting up my mic.
That's okay. Get that right.
I said it. It costed 2 first-round picks to get Trey Lance. That third-round pick was a compensatory pick. Yeah, and then the third first-rounder we used to, basically just swap picks. So it cost us 2 first-round picks. Jimmy G, I think he has 2 years remaining on his contract.
Exactly.
So they're just playing by the numbers. He has 2 years remaining. All goes good. He plays those 2 years out, and we're a playoff team contending for Super Bowls where we should be when he's healthy. You know what I'm saying? I have no problem with it, Ronbo.
Yeah, and Jed said they will likely not going to renew it after his second year. He's out of here. But yeah, that is interesting. I'm still wondering, Jed, who told you to come out and make that statement, though? I mean, what is the point? I still understand that part. But yeah, I was just getting the feel for how people feel about that. Because a lot of people want Trey to come out and start right now.
Of course they do, Ronbo. And, I mean, that's why I really wanted to draft Trey Lance, because I know he was more of the project type of player. Justin Fields, he was probably going to force Jimmy out. It probably would have been a different vibe from the media. We're dominating the headlines, whether it's whether it's a press conference or, some quotes on an interview. The 49ers we're cream of the crop when it comes to, NFL news.
The media babies. I don't even know if I'm going to be. We don't even know we're going to be here Sunday. Kyle, calm down, man. What is it? Jesus.
They keep reporting on us, Ronbo, but half of the shit ain't true. Half of the stuff ain't true.
I know. They make it up. We look good wearing these lies.
But my plan is to sit Trey Lance. When he is ready, he will be ready. That guy is talented. There's no way he should sit 2 years behind Jimmy G. Yeah. What do they say? Let fate run its course.
Yeah.
Let it happen. Let it happen naturally. Don't force it.
Yeah.
Don't force it. If we throw him in there, shit could go south, real fast.
I know.
Shit could go left. It won't go right.
And talk about people getting in trouble. Oh my God! People be all over. First, they'd be all over Kyle, and then Jimmy get more hate because he got hurt or whatever. And so my God. See, this is what happens.
Well, I mean, Ronbo. Let me just say one more thing before I go. The way this draft panned out, it added life to the GM and to the coach. Not life, but it extended their window, because now they have a whole draft. They have a new generation, a whole draft to develop. The 2017, they already developed for 4 years. Now it's time for the next batch, which is the 2021 draft. This draft is amazing. I really liked it.
This is going to continue. You're right. This is just going to be the trend. 49ers are always going to keep. In fact, Trey may be done after one extension, I mean, the 49ers may keep drafting quarterbacks like Belichick, right? Belichick was drafting 2 or 3 quarterbacks every year for a while. Why the hell are they doing that? You got Tom Brady. Now that's the formula. Keep that quarterback salary down and keep good players on the field. So that's why I knew Jimmy, if he's not gone next year, he was definitely gone next year. They're not renewing that contract, but no way. You get one round Dak Prescott. I need $40 million. Yeah. Well, you can get $40 million somewhere else. You ain't getting it here. So.
No, we shouldn't pay Trey Lance.
ideally until year 4. You know what I'm saying? Going into year 5. At that point, money's probably going to be through the roof, $50 million a year or something crazy like that.
Man, ooh. Well, that's right, because you'll already have Nick locked up, and no, they'll be one year away. You know, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens down the road with these big salaries, because when you got a lot of stars, you ain't got no money.
Yeah, especially when you're drafting them, you know, because those are your guys, so you feel kind of tied to them.
You have to.
So 2017, obviously we re-signed Kittle. 2018, it's it's Fred Warner's year.
Nick Bosa.
I forgot who.
Nick Bosa.
Nick Bosa in the 19.
Oh,
yeah,
that gets crazy.
But the good thing with him, is we get that 5th year option with them.
Yeah.
Because of the first round talent or the first round picks.
But you know how agents are. Well, we're not playing this year until we get that extension, guys. Oh man. Sal, we gotta go. Let me see you Friday.
All right, Ronbo. You check
Good
care.
evening, too.
Nice talking to you. Good night.
And get your groove on. Says, what's the plan for our training and performance staff? High ankle sprain injuries kept our team at least from being content. I know, I really get your groove on. There is no remedy or antidote for injuries. Now, Jimmy gets all the crap for getting injured, but it went right through the entire offense. And this is every year. Kittle hasn't had a healthy season yet. Mostert hasn't had a healthy season yet. We don't have any guys. Your main stars, all of them, every last one of them has been hurt. Offensive linemen, it's bad. So I don't know what the 49ers can do. How come we can't be like other teams that stay healthy? I don't get it. Anyway, it's a violent sport, and I keep saying, Oh, there he is. One of the founding members of TNT. He is Trey from VA.
Finally. And I do mean finally. Brother Ronbo.
It's been too cute and cuddly in here, isn't it?
It's been a little bit, I don't know what, it's been way too cute and cuddly around here. Ronbo, we got a lot of new fans listening to the program. Shout out to you.
Thanks, man.
Shout out to production.
Yeah.
Us, myself, TNT, we have a special bunch. Shout out to production. Right?
Yes, indeed.
You know who were the first ones to recognize you guys, but we're gonna leave that there. How you doing, Ronbo? Shout out to TNT.
Fabulous.
A lot of new people listening that didn't listen before the draft. Shout out to them. A lot of new people in the chat. Shout out to the energy in the chat. Run them likes up if you're really feeling with this man.
Yes.
Ronbo
He's sort of thanks.
Run those likes. Give him a second for that. Ronbo.
Yes.
I need an immediate.
It's not too Monday Night Raw. Okay.
Ronbo.
And now, on behalf of my dude Trey, let me holler at you. All right, Trey. Let him have it, boy. Let me go ahead.
Seems to be some contention in the chat. We always pay attention to the chat. Chat is this is what keeps the show popping. Seems to be some contention in the chat about why did we pick Trey Lance over Justin Fields? Ronbo, would you mind if I break it down? Would you mind if I break it down?
Is a growing argument. Yes, break it down.
Can I take you inside the war room? Can I bring you inside the organ? Here we go.
No, really. Good.
I'm going to give you 3 of them. His name is Trey. My name is Trey. I'm going to give you 3 of them things. I'm going to give you, I have relinquished being the most famous Trey in the Niner Empire. I'm joking, obviously. For my guy. But here it is. This is why we took Trey, though. Let's be honest, though. All jokes aside. 3 of them things, real quick. Number 1. The man called protections in college. Not another quarterback that we were considering out of the 5 called protections in college. Not Justin Fields, not Trevor Lawrence, not Zach Wilson, and not Mac Jones. They all played in a version of a spread offense, not under center. Number 2, long verbiage. He spit out long plays ladies and gentlemen. What does Kyle Shanahan do, Ronbo? Does he spit out short plays?
Almost in Greek, yes. No.
Long plays, right? So we're talking about ability and capability and capacity, okay? And number 3, he made audibles at the line of scrimmage. Good gosh, Ronbo. Why did we take Trey Lance over Justin Fields? I don't know. You tell me.
Trey, are you matching IQs or football intelligence? I think so.
I think I'm done for the night, Ronbo. That was it. Shout out to my TNT family. Shout out to the newest member of TNT, my man Niner Mike. I don't know what else needs to be said.
Trey, you need to watch out for your little buddy. Your buddy's going to come in here in a minute. I know he's watching. He's trying to get in here now.
I have no problem with that, Ronbo.
Actually, he's done with you.
I'm sure he's not up.
Yeah, he's out searching for McHomeboy. So all right. You got his respect these days.
There really should be no reason why we did that. But honestly, Ronbo, to be very fair, like I said about it, it's the easiest. Kyle said, and the reason why I know all of that is the reason why he chose Trey. What did he say? He said we're getting a starting quarterback. He didn't say we were developing a guy. He didn't say we had a guy. He wants a guy that if they have to put him on the field, if they have to, not an issue. So if you didn't know, now you know.
Do you not think that Justin was going to have that same ability? I did question the difference too. I don't really have.
So here's the thing. They said, this is what they said, Ronbo. They said they put them both on the board, right?
Yeah.
Put them both on the board. They said several teams.
Send John Beck out to talk to him
on the board. Yeah. They said Justin didn't perform on the board as well as some of the other quarterbacks. You know why that is? Because Ohio. It's because of Ohio State's offense.
I know.
They don't teach you how to read 1, 2, 3 progressions. It's a route option tree based offense.
And it's so unfair because if you're a quarterback at that school and you got great talent and people start making judgments because you go to that school.
Let it be known. Justin could go out here and win Rookie of the Year. Let it be known. I'm not saying that he has the talent and the ability. I'm saying that if we're trying to hit the field running, we're trying to hit the ground running. If a defensive lineman accidentally steps on Jimmy G's pinky toe, we need a guy that can be ready.
Yeah.
That's all we need.
You can't wrap with the pinky toe. I've hurt my toe before. Game over. Day is done.
I know we got to get up out of here. We're not going to do it long. We're going to do it strong. Shout out to the TNT family. Shout out to the newest member, Niner Mike, the protection, the muscle, the Jersey beast. It was only a matter of time. Oh, and one quick thing. It is, Ronbo, you said Trey and Trez. TNT has not stood for Trey and Trez for a long time. And let me say this.
In the beginning.
There's one rule, you're right, but there's one rule of TNT. We don't talk about TNT, but it's true Niner talk.
I like that. Yeah, you guys have altered it a little bit. I like that. All right. Well, I got to remember that. All right.
All right. I already know. Shout out to the family. Shout out to Denise, the first lady at TNT. More importantly, though, thank you for what you do. Production, thank you for what you do behind the scenes that doesn't get recognized. And we out of here.
Thanks, Trey. Talk to you later, fam. Be back Friday. All right.
Yes,
There's Trey laying it down. That's a good breakdown, actually. I feel sorry for Justin Fields, and he's right. Justin Fields had to display his talents on really an unfavorable environment and stage. Ohio State, my God, they've got to give people a break. Stop with that ridiculous offensive system and go to something conventional that if I'm a scout and I look at your kid, I can make some assessments. All I can see from that is a mess. And the kid happens to be good. And every quarterback that's come out of there justifies not taking that school seriously. They've all been awful. Hopefully Justin survives. Hey, it's Tony. Oh, Tony, come in, man.
How's it going?
It's going all right, Tony. I was amused today when I saw Jed York came out. I thought it was unnecessary for Jed to come out and make that announcement. But Tony, how do you feel about it? And what was Jed's purpose of doing that?
Yeah. So I kind of thought about this for a little bit too. I'm just going to read between the lines a little bit. I think what he's trying to say is Jimmy won't be here in 2 years. We're not extending him. So I feel like that's a big thing.
Clear. Yeah.
That came out of that, right? He wasn't saying we don't want Jimmy for a third year. He was just saying if he lasts 2 more years and he plays well, then we'll keep him for that long. But it's pretty clear they're not extending him. And what that really shows me is I don't think they really have any type of, I don't know how to say it, like not connection, but they don't have any attachment to Jimmy to where they feel like they need to keep him. If he doesn't show out, if Trey Lance is ready, they're going to move on from him. And something else I took away from it, I don't think he lasts till the second year. I think what they're saying is we're going to trust him now. He'll be on the roster for now. If he has an MVP type season, a Super Bowl type season, well, then at that point you can move him for a considerable amount of draft capital, maybe a couple
Get
twos,
everything
maybe
back. Those first round picks. Yeah.
And if he gets injured, well, I feel like we already won the trade, right? He got you to a Super Bowl. He was a starting quarterback for a year and a half, basically, but it's better than nothing. He got you to the bowl. So they already won the trade. Any second round pick to do that, which is what we gave up for him, I feel like is an accomplishment. So I don't think they'll have any issue moving on from him. I also feel like Trey Lance, if he's not ready by the second year, let's say Jimmy lasts till year 2, I don't think he will. I don't see a possibility to where that happens. But if he doesn't, be ready by that time, then now we have a problem. They probably took the wrong guy. So
I thought about that too, Tony. I did. I said, what if he's not what he appears to be? What do we do now?
Yeah.
What do you do now, Tony? Next year, do you go back to the draft?
I feel like you have to. Well, you would still give him a year, see what you have in him. But if he's not ready to start by then, there's going to be a lot of doubters, not only in the organization, in the media, but also in the locker room. If you drafted a guy 3rd overall and you used 2 first-round picks to move up for him, and he's not ready by that second year, or really the 3rd year if Jimmy stays for 2 years, well, you're going to have problems internally as well. So they have to hit this pick. I think John Lynch, he's on the hot seat right now. He could be gone as early as next year. I think Kyle Shanahan is secure, but I don't think
Adam
John
Peters and he moves Adam Peters into that position, right?
I think Adam Peters could get poached by some other team.
No,
I really do.
I've been worried about that for 2 years, Tony. God, he's really essential.
It was a
Mayhew I could do
miracle.
without, but I gotta have Peters.
It was a miracle that Martin Mayhew was the one to go and not Adam Peters this year. And I don't know what picks Adam Peters is responsible for. I feel like some of the bad picks that we talk about, like the Dante Pettis, the Joe Williams, those are Shanahan. Solomon Thomas is more of a John Lynch pick. So I don't know who Adam Peters has his eyes on, but at the same time, he's done a good job. Like when you look at the players that they've gotten, I know George Kittle was one that he recommended to the room when he was in there in 2017. So I don't know. I feel like he might get poached in that situation. If they're both gone, look to a Chris Sims or Louis Riddick in the media who've been spot on and very, very smart, and they can be guys to fill in. But I just feel like John Lynch has to win this
Tony,
season.
but right there. Can you imagine Chris Sims and Kyle Shanahan
I
in
love
the same
that.
organization? That would be hilarious. And I could just see Kyle telling Chris, listen, you're not on the air anymore. Don't discuss what we're talking about with anybody, please.
Yeah, I definitely see that for sure too. But I feel like if Chris Sims is in the right situation, he'll be fine. He won't leak anything. I feel like that's really important to Shanahan. So he, out of respect of his friend, would do that. But I feel like John Lynch has to win this year. And that's the reason why I don't know if Jimmy will be moved by training camp. I really don't know, because John Lynch, the more I think about it, this is his year. If he doesn't make the playoffs, that's 4 out of 5 losing seasons. He's gone. And I know for a fact Jed York loves Kyle Shanahan. He'll stay here. Just got the extension. So, I mean, he's here through 2025. But John Lynch, he has 1 more year left on the deal. He might say, I can't take this anymore. I'm just going to get you out a year early. I'll pay the rest of your contract. And that's that. So
but
the way I look at this.
But Tony, remember, Kyle gets the last say on that. If Kyle agrees to it, I think Jed's going to have to listen to him, because that's pretty much how that got started. Tony, look at this. You know what? Because it's so much fun. We're out of time. Get back in there Friday, will you? And let's
all right. Sounds good.
All right.
Yeah.
Have a great night, Tony.
You too.
There it goes. Well, it's a big show. It's a big show on tonight. By the way, before Show says a word, Show is already on board with Mrs. Lance's baby boy. He got on me today as I announced that Jed made that a statement. He says, I don't see Trey Lance waiting any more than some amount of time. I said, show. I made jokes and carried on. But Big Show, come on in here. I know you've got something to say. Go ahead.
Tony pretty much took a wind out of my sail. And
Tony's good at that.
Was pretty much spot on with what he said, but I don't really see Trey Lance needing to sit 2 years because of the financial situation of the financial burden of Jimmy Garoppolo's contract, and
for
also
no other
the
reason than
contracts that
that.
are going to be blowing up.
I agree with that.
Exactly, and the contracts that are going to be blowing up next year, and the people we have to pay next year.
And Nick
So
Bosa is not leaving.
I think the transition is going to happen sooner rather than later than people think, because just because we have a healthy team coming back doesn't automatically make us Super Bowl or playoff contenders. You know what I mean? It's hard getting into the playoffs. It's hard winning. Altogether.
We proved that.
So there are several. There are I think three indicators that are gonna possibly have a transition happen sooner than later. That's the health of the players, of course, on offense or defense. That's how well or how poorly Jimmy is playing, and that's how well or poorly our season is going. And that's going to indicate the transition of whether or not Trey Lance is going to play sooner than later. Yeah, I mean, it's going to happen this year, I think, sooner. I think the bye week is the most likely scenario where they're going to sit down and say, hey, we need to start this kid.
Trade Jimmy at bye week?
Yeah. we need to start this kid sooner because it's going to be about a year. It's going to be about almost 2 years since he hasn't played football, Ronbo.
I know that's one of the main reasons why I don't see him playing this year. I see him coming in. If the 49ers have a lead, let's say we do have a 13-4 or 14-3 or whatever the case may be, and we're out in front of the NFC West by 3 games with only 2 left to play. Yeah, I'm starting to trade both those games. You know why? Because now I'm going to see fully how he's going to react to that kind of attack, and then of course, you look at that and you make your assessment from that.
As I pointed out to you on Twitter, Ronbo, the kid is smart. All he needs really is a preseason OTAs to get acclimated to his teammates, the preseason to get acclimated to reading NFL defenses, which he's already did in college when he was at North Dakota State. On his downtime, he was reading in NFL defenses. On his downtime, from what I hear,
I don't question his intelligence.
And that,
I'm sure he's sharp.
I know it's more than reading NFL defenses.
Yeah. The thing is, you got to realize if it took Matty Ice and Jimmy G both a while to grasp it, I think a kid just come out of school must at least take that length of time. So, to hurry him out there and think he's going to be effective is maybe asking a little too much. And putting him under that kind of pressure may be a little bit dangerous. I'm thinking like coaches might be thinking.
He can handle the Rumble. Come on. He can handle the pressure.
It's the NFL.
I mean,
it's
look
not
at
North
Justin
Dakota
Herbert.
State.
Look at Joe Burrow. I'm aware of that, but look at Joe Burrow. Look at Justin Herbert. They went into worse situations than what Trey Lance is going into. He needs to experience all of it, Rumbo.
Herbert had a better team than I thought. Burrow, I feel bad for.
Yeah.
He really did have it bad and didn't have anybody
Burrow
to protect him.
Burrow was on his way to playing for Offensive Rookie of the Year before he got hurt.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he can't sit out too much. He can't sit out too much longer, Rumbo. Otherwise, it's going to be 2 years since he hasn't seen the field. He needs the experience under his belt. He needs to experience growing pains and the good times and the growing pains, Rumble. That's how you learn.
And it's like Papa Dragon
said. You don't learn just sitting down.
He's going to be killed in practice. They won't be able to hit him. But if they're playing flag football, he'll be butt naked out there most of the time for the first few weeks. It's a different
And really quickly,
show.
Before I go, Rombo, can I clear something up about the draft this year? I know I was wrong with the first pick, but I never made it clear to who I really wanted in the draft this year. I don't know if people caught what I said in the big. I've always wanted actually Zach Wilson from the very beginning.
I do remember something like that.
I thought they were going to take Mac Jones, and I told you that Justin Fields was my alternate. And what I said about Mac Jones, everything I said was valid and true. You all but agreed with me on everything I said about Mac Jones.
I agreed with you for sure.
Mac Jones just had people almost jumping off the edge of the cliff, Rombo. Like they were on suicide watch. I mean, it's like their world was going to end if we picked Mac Jones.
You like
it
millions
was
of others.
Nobody was right. First of all, nobody was right this year. Only 3 people were right that won Trey Lance.
I know.
So let's make that also clear.
I was clear to me that he's going after Mac Jones. So don't feel bad. I didn't want him. I picked Trey Lance in my mock. But you know what? I thought it was Mac Jones too. So anyway, so we got to go.
And I said what you were too afraid to say about the pocket, Ronbo. People kept arguing with you about. And,
True.
I said it for you.
You notice I didn't argue with you. I said, you know what? Show's right.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So, all right, fam. We'll see you
All right,
Friday.
fam, take it easy.
You too.
All right, take care.
All right.
You too, bye.
Night. Oh, I knew he'd make an appearance before too long. Been here 4 years and Niners still blow. You know what? I was told to stop reading these. I just want to read it though and see what it says here. Just a solid, hoping Bosa can last. O-line got 2 quarterbacks hurt last year. Rookie. Okay. Rudy, just know one thing. I think you've beaten the 49ers twice in the last 5 years? So you need to be concerned with that. And that's probably going to continue into this year. So what do we blow? What? Hey, I forgot about it. Here comes Rudy's Lord and Master, Nana Mike. The newest member of TMT.
I always come right in time for old Rudy Pooh's diaper changing. Oh, come on. And Rudy, I got to tell you, the one thing I'm looking forward to the most is kicking your ass in your new stadium this year, Rudy. I got to watch them build the friggin' thing, Rombo,
and we're going to own the place.
Going to the hey, as much as I like going to the Coliseum, you know what I mean? Because there's a lot of history there, Rombo.
Sure.
I like doing that and everything, and I love taking over their stadium there. But I think it's going to be a beautiful thing seeing all the red and gold in that SoFi
and
stadium.
You know it's going to be.
I can't wait to be there. Oh, yeah.
Rams horns.
I'm gonna have some garlic fries, and I'll be looking for you, Rudy Poo. All right. You could. If you don't see me in person, you'll see me on the friggin' big screen there. I promise you. All right. Forget about it, Ronbo.
And fly the bird of paradise, and let people read your lips saying, Rudy.
Oh yeah. And listen. And while we're on the line, I don't know. I didn't see him in here tonight, but somebody's telling me, Patrick Mahomes broad was making comments about my ma the other night. Well, let me tell you something, Pat. You better stop being fresh, because then I won't be taking your mother out on dates anymore. All right? don't be being fresh, Pat. You know what I mean? It's already enough to take it to the all-you-can-eat buffets, but I don't want to. I won't take her out no more. And then she's gonna be very mad with you.
And come up and slap him.
Don't go there, little patty boy. Hey, Ronbo. Hey, look, I'm gonna say it. I already said it last night, Ronbo, and I'm gonna say it again today, pertaining to the headline of the story at hand. All right.
Yes.
And that is, I hope Jimmy G stays healthy. I never wish injuries upon nobody. But, if I'm a betting man, which I'm not, you know what I mean? Because the house always wins. I like working for the house, as you know.
I agree.
But, look, I'm not a betting man, but if I was to be betting, Rombo.
You go all the way down just to say this. Yes, you would.
We haven't seen the friggin' schedule yet, so I don't know when the bye week comes. But when it does, I'm going to call in with an number, all right? we'll get the over-under odds of when
who's
Jimmy's going to be hurt
coming on the
before
bye
or
week.
after the bye week. And look, honestly, I gotta tell you, and everyone was talking about it a little bit. Some of the mainstream people touched on it a little bit. But here, Trey Lance started as many freaking games as Mac Jones. Now, I get it. Mac Jones was there at Alabama, a year longer than Trey was, because Trey was there for 2 years, all right? And he redshirted there at North Dakota. So at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, they both started 17 freaking games. Let's call it for what it is, all right? They started the same amount of games. So for anyone saying that, well, Mac is ready to come in and take over right away, and he's the most pro ready, I beg to differ. And I also think that there's real weight behind the fact that Trey Lance ran the most pro-ready offense out of all of them. All right, out of all of them, he ran the most pro-ready. He was under center the most. He ran the most play-action passes, the most bootleg passes out of any of the quarterbacks that went this year out of the top 5. All right, so forget about it. I don't want to hear anyone say that Trey Lance isn't ready, and he wouldn't be ready if it needs to be. All right, if it needs to be, then believe you me, Shanahan will have him ready. And I think personally, he's going to be ready when it's his time. And I know that's what Shanahan said, but I really do truly believe that. And I think that it's going to be so noticeable to the guys there, to the guys on the team during practice. They're going to be able to tell. And exactly, Ronbo. You know what I mean? Come on. They do this for a living. I was watching a guy today on, the Colin Cowherd show, and he told him, he said, how long does it take before you know if a rookie's got it or not? He said 2 practices. He said 2 padded practices. You could tell if the guy could play, if the guy is worth what they gave for him or what they, when they drafted him. All right? And I believe that. This is what they do. This is what they do for a living. This is how they put food on the table. So, game recognizes game, Ronbo. Real recognizes real. And you could tell if a guy's got it or not, all right? And I think Trey's got it. And look, the longer and the better that Jimmy G does, the better it works out for us, Ronbo. Yeah. People need to get that through their friggin' heads and understand that if Jimmy G does get hurt, he's worth a freaking bag of dog shit to us, Ronbo. No one's going to give us nothing. He's going to have to get on some prove-it deal from somebody or whatever, and we'll probably have to just cut him if he gets hurt again, all right? So we really want to be hoping for him to do good. And like I said, sprinkle some Trey Lance in there. You know what I mean? If we have some games, put some red zone packages. He comes in and gets a couple touchdowns in a couple key games, so he can feel like, he contributed to the season, contributed to wherever we go or how far we go this year. I think that'll work out the best for everybody. Exactly, Ronbo. It'll work out the best for everybody. And then, like you said earlier, we have the ability to get back exactly what we gave up for Trey Lance, and it'll be like getting them for free, Ronbo, if we could work it out right with Jimmy G and get enough in return for him.
Because I do not want to go a year in the draft with no first-round pick. That just scares the bejesus out of me. But anyway, hey, Mike.
You and me both, Ronbo. That's the future.
Still fun.
That's the future. It's the future. But, hey, I have confidence in who they chose to ride with, Ronbo, and I'm ready to ride with them all the way, all right?
All right, Mike. Good stuff.
All right.
Fam,
all right.
I'll be looking for you Friday.
I appreciate you as always. Shout out to the faithful out there. Shout out to the TNT family and Trey. I appreciate you acknowledging me. Got a hell of an intro over there, Trey, with the Undertaker music.
I love it.
Forget about it. I love it. Hey, listen, all of you be safe out there. Have a good rest of the week, Ronbo, and I'm going to catch up with you on Friday, all right?
All right. Looking forward, Mike.
All right,
night,
Ronbo. Forget about it. All right.
Night, Mike. And 49ers Ultimate Report. Remember, click that. You want to see what 49ers Ultimate Report is talking about. He's always got content running. Niner Mike on point, as always, on Football Facts. Yes, indeed. And it's Tony. Atlanta. Tony.
Mr. Ronbo, how you doing?
Tony, man, I'm doing great today. I've listened to people who don't like my guy Jimmy, right? And they actually, what I got to do is trust my own instincts. I thought Jimmy was pretty much sure going to be here this year. But anyway, he'll be gone by August, Ronbo. Your quarterback is leaving. Tony, you know what I'm talking about. You go through the same thing with Matt Ryan. I don't know why people hate my quarterback so bad, and they call themselves 49er fans, right? So I get these arguments, and it gets heated. It gets me all out of I'm normally, my mama raised me to be polite and mannerable.
Yeah.
Social media has changed us all, Tony. How many times have you been on social media and completely left your own ethics and got stupid? I do it all the time. And then I feel bad after I do it.
I'm doing it now with Julio Jones, Ronbo, because Julio, I'm tired of him saying he's aging and getting old. Didn't Julio Jones have a 300-yard game just 5 years ago?
And did he get hurt last year? Or did he have a good season? I thought I've never seen, if Julio's on the field, it's an automatic problem for the defense. That's the bottom line.
Julio had hamstring injuries all last year, Ronbo. He missed 7 games. He played in 9 games. If he'd have played in 2 more of those 7 games he missed, he would have had 1,000 yards. He had 771 receiving yards.
I mean, just in all those games, you still got 1,000 yards?
If he'd have played 2 more, he would have had 1,000 yards.
With guys like Julio.
But now they say he's washed up and he's old and all this crap. You don't think Julio is in the gym working. You know, Julio doesn't say nothing. He's going to tear up the NFL this year. He's going to tear it up.
And Tony, fast guys, there is no such thing as a fast guy that's not going to have that issue every now and then. Hamstrings are not meant to move at that speed. So if a guy gets hurt, you need to tolerate that. As long as that hammy doesn't last all season, hopefully he'll be back soon. And that's going to help you win.
I got another secret for you, Ronbo, which you probably already know. Jimmy Garoppolo's going to tear up the NFL this year.
I already know.
He's going to shut everybody up.
Yeah.
He's going to shut them up.
He's got just the motivation he needs now. And I look for Jimmy to just raise hell. Look for him to be top 5 at some point during the season. Because now this is a quiet dude. And Tony, you probably know guys like this all your life too. It's those quiet guys that are the most dangerous. Every situation. Jimmy doesn't say nothing ever about anything. He just barely spoke the other day. So I said, you know what? Y'all, keep picking at him. Keep picking at him.
With that offensive line you guys got, you got 2 future Hall of Famers on that line now, too?
Yep.
Oh, my goodness.
So, you know.
How's your defense looking?
Defense looks like solid. It's, I don't know. You guys had this problem, I think, a couple of years ago. It's all about injuries. If all those guys end up going at least 15 out of 17 weeks, 49ers going to be really tough. The defense knows what they're doing. They've got continuity's going to be there. Everybody knows their job. They can move fast. They should be helped. Last year we learned how to deal with mobile quarterbacks. So the 49ers, they might be the full package this year.
Hey, Ronbo, I wanted to ask you, and when you get a chance just to look up who's available, do you think it's still a lot of veteran free agents out there? Everybody's going to wait till after they sign their rookie.
I know, right?
Get ready for camp. Ryan Kerrigan. You got the cornerback used to be with the Chargers. It's a lot of good free agents out there, but they got to understand they're not going to get paid the money that they want.
And they know. And so that's why, whoever comes up with the most, even if it's just $2 more, will win them. Because I've not looked at that. I keep seeing that on Bleacher Report. Players that teams should take, a free agent still available. I said, you know what? I'll get back to this. I keep getting back to it. I don't even know who's on the list. But you just mentioned Kerrigan is on that list?
Yes, sir. I would love to have him in Atlanta. I think Washington wants to sign him back, though. But I would love to have him in Atlanta.
Any edge rushers in that list?
I know the defensive tackle, K'Wan Short, the former Carolina Panthers, defensive tackle on that list.
Wow.
Edge rushers.
And it's probably not going to be that many DEs. If you're a good DE, you're probably working somewhere. Tackles, of course. Most teams got at least 1 or 2 solid tackles. So, wide receivers.
We got a young defense. The Dean, I'm excited about Dean Pease, though. He's a baller as a defensive coordinator. I'm really excited about his scheme.
Tell you, when you got a guy that knows how to run a defense, Chris Kasurik was like a godsend for the 49ers. He's getting players, and the element is when you got a coach that can make players play beyond their own level, I mean by reaching over the top, that's when you got a coach. Kasurik is making people, he's turning these guys into animals. They were tough last year, and we lost a lot of people. They still came up.
Yeah.
Man, you're right.
I heard you guys are maybe interested in bringing Sherman back if the price is right.
See, yes. And if for no other reason, keep him out of Seattle. Because Sherman's going to go over there and give him all kind of intel. I know that's what Pete Carroll's calling him back there for, because they left on bad terms. And Sherman's back over there talking for what? Because, Jesus. But I don't think so. We might get him.
Job.
Oh, man.
Yes, sir.
Well, Tony, always great to hear you. Hey, Tony, let's talk Friday, all right?
Yes, sir. I'll be back Friday, man.
All right.
Keep doing what you're doing, sir.
Oh, thanks, man. We can look for. We can see what Aaron Rodgers develops between now and then. Aaron Rodgers has become the NFL show of the week.
When? Crybaby.
Talk to you later, Tony.
Take care, sir.
You too. Thanks. Oh, God. There he is. Hey, Mike, boy, I tell you, it's Rudy. And Rudy, thanks for the contributions. Rudy brings contributions just so he can lay out this rhetoric each and every show. Rudyisms. Rudy says, take a hike, Mike, a.k.a. the big rag. What is a rag fool? Ladders are Joey Zara of NFC West, all talk and hype, but no playoffs or wins. Quest for 6 wins continues. Elsa. Ellis may pretend, he may pretend to the kids. Ellis will be back then. Hey, Darius.
Ronbo.
Darius. Hey, say hello to Rudy. Darius.
Hello?
Yeah. Say hello to Rudy.
Okay.
All right.
Is Rudy talking again?
Always.
Man, Rudy is giving you more money than Niner fans, Ronbo. You gotta thank the man at this point.
Hey, you know what's really funny about that, Darius? Because between Rudy and Patrick Mahomes, boy, just it means so much to them to come in and throw down a lot of smack.
Yeah, they spend a good $20 a night, at least.
That means we're in their head. We're not fan base just bothers some people, you know. Hawks fans come in and just irritate, and don't pay. But Rudy, I gotta have respect for that. Rudy and Patrick Mahomes, boy, they're serious. Darius, let's get back to something unstupid like Rudy and Mahomes, boy. And listen, Jed York came out for reasons I guess Jed wanted to point out for anybody who was worried, Jimmy's only here for the 2 years at max, and we're going to bring our rookie along at a pace that he's comfortable with and we're comfortable with, and that's going to be that. Am I right on that, Darius? You got some of the thought on that. What's going on with that?
Yeah, I mean, the way I saw it is, to me, is worst case to him. What he's saying is, Jimmy's not going to be our starter for more than 2 years. That's what I'm thinking, you know. But I'd be surprised if Jimmy's I think Jimmy's gonna start this year, right? We'll see what happens in the middle of this year. But Kyle and John are gonna put Trey in, whenever he's ready. That could be week 1. We don't know. But so I think he's just being cautious. He doesn't want to say anything that's, gonna create excessive headlines for no reason. So he took the safe option. Say, Jimmy might be our starter for 2 years, something like that. But Trey Lance, if Trey Lance is ready week 1, he'll start week 1. If Trey Lance is ready by Thanksgiving, he'll start. Trey Lance is going to start whenever Kyle and John or whatever, or all the coaches think he's going to give them a better chance of winning than Jimmy. That's just what it is. You don't know when that could be. It might be in 2 years. You never know.
Yeah,
but
that's true.
I think Jed just took the safe option there.
Maybe people are giving Jed shit. I mean, giving a lot of flack. I mean, Jesus, Jed. I mean, can you imagine his buddies, all these highfalutin, high society guys? You guys traded up to get this guy at number 3, and he's not going to start. And Jed says things like, "Guys, you guys are tech. You are this. You are that. I run a football team. How about you let me run my team how I see fit?" And then, of course, the argument goes there, And then Jed comes out today. I wonder who Jed was talking to, Darius, when he made that statement. Because I think, Jed, you could have kept that in-house. Nobody needed to know about that. So, it's funny.
Yeah.
There's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, when you're and to him, obviously he's training this stuff, but he's not talking to the media every week now, or not that I know. I mean, he might be talking to
Really?
He's not talking to sports media. That's all I know every week. So every time he talks, he might step up a little.
Yeah.
So that might be a reason. But
I forgot who he was
I'm not
talking to.
worried about
Oh, NBC. Actually, Jed wasn't really. He was talking to a media group. He wasn't talking. You know how he sets up his podium when we used to get our ass kicked every year? Jed used to get out and make statements and say things like, "You don't fire owners."
Yeah.
I'll never forget that. Jed, then quit. We were so sick of losing. 2015, 16, 17. My God. We couldn't buy a win, you know?
Right, and especially, but now that 17 season, like before we traded for Jimmy, we started off like 0-7, something horrible, 0-7. And what bothered me, Ronbo, we were losing by like two points every game. Every game. I'm just sitting here thinking to myself, man, if we had Jimmy from the beginning, we'd probably be a playoff team. Like,
2017.
We probably would have been a playoff team that year.
Even as bad as we were with our offensive line, and Jimmy did what he did with that offensive line was sucked. Remember Trent Brown?
Yeah, and he was doing it with
my shoulder.
He was doing it with Marquise and I was just like a few days ago. I was just watching like the highlights against like Tennessee and Jacksonville that he had. I'm like, man, he's making Marquise look like Julio out there. You're like, it was crazy. So
you know what's so funny? Because that's why him and Trent Taylor look good too. He was used to that from working in New England with guys like Edelman. And what was the other guy's name? They were Edelman and they were bookends.
Hogan, Amendola
and Edelman. Those were the best guys for those short routes, maybe in the league. I don't know what they're teaching over to New England, but that was Jimmy's game. That's what him and Tom did.
Because that year Trent was, I believe, he was top 10 in third down reception.
Oh, he was number one on the slant route. Nobody was better than Trent.
You know, injuries. I think injuries. Does he have a job, Ronbo? Is he on the team? I don't think he's on the team anymore. I don't think
Trent's out. The back injuries. He didn't even look like himself last year. I feel bad for him. What a waste of talent. So.
Yeah, but you see, I don't know if this is accurate or not, but I saw like on the RSF 49ers Instagram page that Trey and Ayuk are working together. Saw that, Ronbo?
Is that right? Good.
Yeah,
that was quick.
Get that chemistry going up.
And maybe Debo, let Debo stay where he is. Please, Debo, don't get hurt to start the year this year. Last year he came up with a foot injury, and that graduated to a hamstring. Debo started putting on a lot of weight, I noticed, toward last season.
Yeah, he was getting a little big.
From sitting around, not, God, Debo.
Right. Because I remember like last offseason he was going crazy. Like I remember on his Instagram stories, like he posted himself working out like every single day.
Dude,
right? And he was looking good. And then when he came back mid-season after the Patriots, when he came back from his first hamstring injury, he looked pretty chunky.
Darius, we're gonna run out of time. Let's see you Friday, all right?
All right, Ronbo. Have a great rest of your night.
Appreciate you, fam. You too. Night. Hey, Ellis. Ellis. Ooh, Ellis. Right, let's come back to Ellis. The Iron Sheik. Let's see what kind of background Sheik's got today. I love it. He's been working on that poster for a while now. Sheik. Sheik.
What's up, Ronbo?
Hey,
What's going on,
Sheik. Man? Hey, man. I'm just sitting there. I was getting a kick out of Jed making announcements. Actually, it wasn't a public announcement. Jed was talking to NBC Sports, and they actually went public with it, with Jed saying things like, "No, I let everyone know that I'm fine with Trey playing behind Jimmy 1 year or two." I'm thinking, what? Jed, is somebody bothering you about this? What made you come out and say that? So I said, But see, what are your feelings on that? I mean, a lot of people don't want Trey sitting down for any length of time, let alone a whole season. Forget about two. What do you think what's going on with this?
All I'm going to say about the Jed York, he just needs to just be an owner. Let Kyle and Lynch, the guys just doing their thing and doing the process. Because, when you open your mouth, then everything just makes issues. And then you just stir shit up. Sorry. I didn't say that word. Sorry.
Because it's true.
but he just stirs it up. So unfortunately, that's what it needs to not happen with Jed York. He needs to remove himself from Twitter, and just be talking about the quarterbacks, the team, what is going on, but nothing like what's going to happen. Allow Kyle and make his moves, and when the guy is ready. And the thing is, like, that's the right move right now. Just having Jimmy G start, and then Trey from the Bay prep and get ready to go when it's the time is time. And I think that's the right process. And we've been saying it for a while. He's a heck of a talent, smart guy. We all know his abilities of being a great player that he could be. But the thing is, Kyle knows when it's time. So.
And yes, and he'll know about both. Although I do wonder. We're gonna hear about practice. You know how they give those blow-by-blow reports of practice every week. I can't wait to hear those reports, because reporters, especially Grant Cohn's out there. And what's the good thing about Grant is you're going to get the positive reports, and then you go read Grant and find out what was awful out there. So, that's going to be interesting stuff.
I don't know why that boy, I know he's there for the views and this and that, but that boy hates us, just like his father. I thought Ray Rowder was bad, but when this guy came to crowd, I was like, oh, geez.
You know what's funny, Sheik? It used to piss me off so much. I'm amused with Grant now. I like you're saying, I see what he's doing. Everybody knows Grant, Sheik. Everybody knows Grant. Why? Because he pisses people off. That works as much as making people laugh and everything else. People talk about Grant for days. Did you see what Grant Cohn did? So it's funny.
That boy misses like going crazy. Like he wanted Kellen Mond, saying he's projected to be a first-round pick. Oh, where did he go, Grant Cohn? Oh, okay. Oh, thank you. Have a good day.
And I know he does that. He even got me going early in the season. You think Josh Rosen is going to beat Jimmy out? What? Is Josh Rosen going to beat Grant? No. God.
Man. He just throwing on that one. If he thinks that practice squad guy is going to take over Jimmy G's spot, come on. It's like reaching right there. You just asking for a view or something like that, or begging for a view.
He put it up on
Ronbo, let me ask you this about the Sherman thing. Are you on board of bringing him back?
And you know why, Sheik, I am? I know what we're all thinking about Sherman's ability on the field, but I like the what he brings to the locker room and how he keeps people fired up. Sherman is so much more than just a football player. I like the way he gets in people's heads. I like his cerebral perspective on the game. Remember when he first came, he was telling Jimmy about something Jimmy was doing before he threw the ball? Sherman was working Jimmy to death when he first came. And he told Jimmy what he was doing wrong. Every time you do this, I know exactly what you're getting ready to do. Sheik, what kind of brain does Sherman have? How do you know how to do these things?
He's gonna be a head coach someday if he steps it up. But right now he has like a gaming kind of business that's coming out with. So
I saw that. I heard about that.
Yeah, you probably saw the video. Yeah, so he has the mindset. Even he's going to help out Trey Lance as well. Like he's going to like Fred Warner. Fred Warner came in this league and he just picked the brain of Sherman. Sherman helped him out. And look at him now. Fred Warner is a prototype of the linebacker. He's all pro now.
I was hoping he'd pick his brother. We missed him. Dang it.
Oh, man, I'm so pissed off about that.
Did his brother get picked up as a UDFA?
Yeah, he got picked up with the sorry-ass Rams.
No!
Rudy,
no.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah. Yeah, the Rudy guy. But honestly, look at them. Look at them. They don't know what they're doing over there. All they do is
poor guy.
They're like the Raiders, Ronbo. They like to have broken goods. The guys are losers that was in different teams, the Lions, Stafford. Enjoy those 2 first-round picks that you gave up and all that money you're going to spend, because we're going to have a rookie quarterback ready to go, and you're going to be stuck in that contract. And you could say goodbye to Ramsey and his other guys because you're not going to all hype, just like Cleveland Browns.
This is how to build a team versus how not to build a team. I love it.
Right. That's the Bill Walsh way. That's how we do. We build from the draft. And that's why these other players of these teams that think, oh, no, you get them when no. The Seattle Seahawks, look at them now. They have Jamal Adams and
no
Wagner. That's it in their defense. They're struggling. And Sherman is not going to Seattle. That would be ridiculous. Yeah, people, Kello's over there. Well, come on. He has all the guys, the chance of winning the championship over here. He has an opportunity to be great here. And honestly, let's be honest. Let's stick it to the Seattle Seahawks and get that Super Bowl win with Sherman and laugh in their face.
I agree. Sheik, good stuff. Sheik, I'll see you Friday and see what else develops around Ninerville as everything seems
Rudy,
to.
if you want to comment to Ronbo, give him $49 every chat. Don't be coming here with this lazy $2 that you've been doing.
Actually, it accumulates to more than that at the end of the week. I mean, Rudy's got to come in and drop his little Rudyisms every show. So, you know.
But shout out to you, sir. Thank you for your time and the production. And shout out to TNT and the Ronbo fan club. And faithful, hit that like for Ronbo Sports and go Niners. And we're coming to the league. Watch out.
It is. Thanks, Sheik. Have a great night. Looking forward to hearing from you Friday. All right.
See you, bud.
We miss 49ers Ultimate Report. LA Rams trade all their first round for nothing, even in the 2016 49ers won 2 games, both versus Rams. And in this one, can we move that over a little bit? I can't see that last couple of letters. Oh, are we over here? Oh, I'm sorry. Our trash. That was a very important part. We shifted over. He comes in there for abuse every week, over and over. 49ers Ultimate Report, and in the 2018, the refs gave you the NFC title. Rudy, remember that. That was definitely a penalty. There's Rudy now. Last dig. According to Forbes, Rams franchise worth more than the Niners franchise, and our stadium is best in the world. Puts Levi's and its dollar store turf to shame. Boy, Rudy must get help with these. And then, here he is. Rams make playoffs. Niners don't. Who's run better? Thank you, Rudy, for the contribution. Ellis, are you ready? Ellis may be legitimately tied up tonight. Ellis. Because usually he clicks in and says, hey, Ronbo, come back. I can give you a couple of minutes. I'm in the drive-through. Ellis is not through the drive-through this time. Ellis, hey, Ellis, pick me up a mac and pick me up a double and cheese. All right, so I guess Ellis, we're going to see you Friday, and have a good night. And fam, I'll see you Friday, and Rudy. Rudy, have a good night, you weirdo. Rudy, you're gonna get swept or get ready. And listen here, Rudy, when you get swept and we beat you down through the dirt, don't come in calling on the phone and saying things like you did last year. Rudy, that was awfully rude and out of character for you. I've always looked at you as a polite, upstanding individual. Did I really say that? Farrell, I'll see you Friday, and we can talk some more 49 football. Niners!